Hi guys, and welcome to the 22nd edition of the Bla 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 live show. We're super happy, very excited, and a little bit stressed this morning as we are before every Bla Bla, but we're super happy to welcome you on the set with us all. It feels like it's been a long time since we were all together like this, and we have a lot of things to talk to you about, everything that happened since the last Bla Bla. We're going to talk about the tour in China, about the Canadian Music Week that we had, a lot of surprises,
special releases
events,
coming up. And also, we always have a contest that you can take part of as soon as you write in the chat. And I see that you're being super active. You're writing in different languages. That's perfect. And I wonder if you're going to be as active as the guys this morning. They're so excited to come on the set. You should see them backstage. They just can't wait to be here with you all. So.
And obviously, we're going to talk about beauty, wellness, and migration. But before we start everything, let's welcome your favorite enemies on the set of the Bla Bla.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, everyone.
Hi.
How are you guys doing?
Good.
Very good.
Good morning.
I have a new friend here.
Someone's missing. Alex.
Who's gained a bit of weight?
Yeah, he did some changes in his lifetime.
Yeah, we're having a lot of changes recently, so we want to embrace it to the fullest.
We're gonna need to change the couches too.
But don't worry, it's not because Moose is sick or that he's not there or that he cannot attend the Bla Bla. It's because something very special happened.
Something crazy!
Something totally crazy that's going to blow your mind away. And
it's gonna fetch your fantasy.
You started the show the wrong way, Stephanie.
Oh.
I talked you before the Bla Bla. I send you note, you know. Moose is only the drummer of the band. Eh?
But he's a member of the band.
Yeah, I send you note, you know how to start the show the good way. Not like this. No,
what's wrong with
me, you know, playing a guitar solo, and after that all the band members coming, applauding me.
Yeah, but Seth, you're not the only one in the band. Like, it's okay to talk
that's
about
normal.
other people.
Everything we're doing is kind of, we have that conversation.
Everybody,
you know, we should start the show with me, like
it's like that.
just naked and just like with jello on my chest, and I'm just like blowing, and we're working.
Seth's second name is me.
And it's obvious that the guitar player, the lead guitar, that's the most important of the band. Not the drummer, come on. Guys, do you want to start the show again? I think coming back. Hey, Seth, how are you doing? I'm doing great, Stephanie.
I'm so happy you're here with us this morning, Seth. It's always such a pleasure to spend time with you.
Yeah.
This is. Everybody at home is just like, man, this is very special to live with someone who's very like under like heavy medication. So this is only for a few hours, guys. It's gonna be okay after. Think about us.
The French version is like this.
You can clearly see that he needs adjustments in his medication.
Exactly. New chemicals.
You can get it.
But are we showing people a little surprise we have for them?
Yes.
Okay, so let's watch a video first, and then we'll come back on the set with you guys.
I love this show.
Not me.
The sweetest of all men deserves the sweetest things of all. Happy birthday, sugar baby moose.
C'est plus sugar baby.
I don't really believe what's happening right now, but I guess it's gonna come.
You're gonna start the day with special care for your face. So I won't say too much about it. We're gonna follow you and see what's up with that. So you're gonna be treated well today.
We're gonna have a wonderful day here, and enjoy it to the fullest. And we promise that
we won't tell everyone.
Man.
Talking about crazy.
This is a great production.
That's amazing.
It feels like a video like Kenny is always watching in his office late at night.
It's downloading,
Yeah. There's so much things on the internet.
Okay, so it's Moose's birthday coming up, so we decided to do something very special for him, and those images have been taken on that day, where we celebrated him early in advance.
Yeah, that's how crazy it is, you know.
I thought it was like every day
that's
for
how
Moose.
crazy we are, actually, I would say. And,
Exactly.
So, are you guys ready for the surprise?
I feel so. It's funny, but it feels like inside, huh? I feel so soft and sweet.
Does he have some hair left?
Yeah, we saw a razor. It's
I
kinda
feel like I
scary.
need to assume myself better now.
Yeah, but be careful.
Yeah.
You know where
You know, I know
how
where
it starts,
can
but
lead.
we all don't know how it's gonna end.
One, it's enough.
Yeah.
So maybe we should remove the
Come,
big
Moose.
moves to welcome
Come,
the real
come,
Moose.
brother.
We want the real one. Woo!
Oh yeah!
Be careful with my buddy, yeah?
Yeah, no problem.
With your body.
You look
Dude,
great, brother.
Hello.
I thought you would have.
Man.
I'm so relaxed right
I
now.
see that.
It's so cool.
Can I cuddle?
No, just with your new life and your
Where's the drastic change we've seen?
Yeah, where's the change?
Yeah, we saw the
Wanna
razor, the cut, and everything.
The haircut and
changed?
everything?
There's no change.
What happened?
What
It
happened?
was an actor?
Yeah, it wasn't me. It was my evil twin.
Ah.
Your evil
thought it
twin
was
is
Seth.
soft.
No, reveal yourself.
Reveal yourself.
So yeah, that's a wig.
No.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Short change.
Okay.
Oh no.
Oh,
Nice.
it's shaved under.
It's shaved under. Look.
And this haircut has been chosen especially for you. Actually, Alex had the idea. And during the whole time we were over there at the beauty salon, we were
Old school.
texting
Old
each
school.
other, and they was like making sure they would be
Old school
perfect.
hardcore, buddy.
So like my brother told me, he said never judge a book by its cover. So you might not think there's a change, but
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But we saw him playing the drums with this.
What
and
are
it
you
was,
hiding?
Like, freaking amazing.
You know what, brother? Having long hair is a privilege. So you cannot cut your hair. You know, the message you're sending to the people is like, you're proud to have long hair, but in fact, when you're alone, he's ashamed of it.
What's wrong with you this morning?
He's ashamed of it. Eh? What you're sending, it's terrible, man. You know? I cannot contain myself. You know what? I told you. You shake like, you know what?
Like we say here,
I will teach you something. You know? In life, sometimes,
Teach me now.
you know, you have two paths. Eh? You have to decide. Or you keeping your long hair and you're playing drums.
Yeah.
Or
I keep my long hair and I
you're
play
cutting
drums too.
your hair and you're becoming an accountant. Thank you. That was the message from me.
Thank you, sir.
This is like food for
Hard choice.
Food for thought.
exactly.
If nobody's raised the flag, what happened? We'll have all cut hair, you know, with fingernails and all those stuff, eh? We're playing rock and roll.
Do we have some donuts for Seth?
And we can call ourselves Vampire Weekend then.
No, I will take.
But when Vampire Weekend 2.
Yeah, I think I will take perfume.
I prefer to be an accountant.
I was about to say that.
It's gonna be Vampire with Daisy.
But okay, Moose,
Just a male model.
your day. How was your day? How did you enjoy it?
It was amazing. I recommend it to all of you. Go ahead. But seriously, yeah, it's been
It was very difficult.
very difficult. I mean, it's
Busy
I'm
day.
very ticklish to all those massage and stuff. So yeah, I actually had to keep my to be very serious, really serious.
Yeah.
I love when you put your head back on
Yeah,
the
with
pillow.
a
man,
smile,
this was,
blissful.
Just letting go.
And when you're drinking,
Letting
like
go.
reading magazines,
You're made
being
for this,
pampered
man.
and stuff, it's incredible.
Yeah, I wanted to know what was that all that fuzz about like salon and stuff, and so I experienced it like magazines about gossips and all that.
You can't use the word fuzz for that, man. Sorry.
Fuss.
I know. Sorry.
Fuzz.
And so it's not like the usual massage salon that Jeff is going. It's like it's proper thing.
Well,
it's not like
to
underground.
be honest with you,
No, that's a lifestyle, isn't it?
That's another thing.
Yeah, that's another problem we have to face.
to be honest with you, he told me about that place.
Oh,
And that's totally true.
I know how to take care of my brothers.
He took me there.
And yourself too, eh? Sorry.
yeah. That's kind of.
Okay, so we have a gift also for you guys, for all of you. And it's something very special that represents a moment that we've spent all together.
But we have a gift for Moose.
That's true, yeah, we do.
Yeah, it's a little
So if we
something
could
that we
bring
have
it.
for you.
That was already a big
No, it's
gift.
not Valerie, obviously.
Oh, wow.
Let me stand up for this.
Pearl Jam, baby.
Awesome.
So old school Pearl Jam thing.
Wow, that's amazing.
Man, that's great.
When we-
Man, that's great.
Didn't want to come out. So it's like,
Spent too much time with Robocop.
don't talk about it.
but really, it's
That's
something
great.
I share with Alex and all of the band members. But me and Alex were big fans, and that's really been like a cornerstone band, if I may say. You know, for all my life since I discovered this band. Yeah, it's been and the thing between us. It's like the last time. You two now.
You got it, baby.
Pearl Jam.
You're
Thanks for
spoiled,
that.
man.
Thanks very much. Yeah, I'm
Nice.
totally spoiled.
And you know what? Me, contrary to Seth, I'm very comfortable with the fact that you can go and, you know, go to the place like this and
No, that's good.
to take care of yourself and, you know,
That's good.
I'm mature enough to.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Maturing.
I'm very mature in my own identity, so
When
I'm
you
not,
love
I'm not scared
people-
of differences.
When you love people, you want the good for them.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah, exactly, brother. You said it.
You said
It's
it.
only that the
I don't
perspective
like
of
you.
good is person to another, I guess.
Exactly.
Yeah, okay, so guys, we do have a gift for you as well, and we're really excited. It's a gift from all the crew, and you're going to love it. It's something that represents special moments that we've had recently all together. So, Valerie, if you could bring it.
Oh, yeah!
Wow. Show it back to the camera.
Rick.
Talk about leader.
We can't stay here.
The
We
Walking
gotta move.
Dead.
The big
As
Rick.
you know, it's been a huge part of what happened recently. And when we saw that huge poster, we absolutely needed to buy it.
Yeah, that's
for
the TV
you.
show we're watching sometimes.
Yeah, I know, brother.
Okay.
I saw your face a couple of times.
See that? It shouldn't fear
So
the
wondering
living.
which you sleep,
Sometimes I
so
feel
no
that.
worries
Exactly.
if you don't remember.
It's very funny because every time we're gathering all the family together and
Yeah.
then we're having like a
Yeah.
very cool time
Yeah.
watching those episodes.
Getting dressed up and
Yeah,
stuff. It's always
exactly.
an event every
So that's
time
very
we watch
crazy.
The Walking Dead.
And recently we were like having a dinner all together, and I said, after that we're gonna have like we wanted to have like a
Something special.
something special, and then everybody turned and they jumped and screamed.
They start dancing.
And yeah, they scream like
And
Walking
imita-
Dead.
Mrs. Adele was
Imitating your
mimicking.
walkers.
Yeah, like, and then and we're just like, no, just
it's something else.
That's something as a baboon. Then you kind of feel like cheap. Well, maybe I should have thought about this. Like, no, we're not going with Seth.
It's so funny because it had been such a long time. Because last time we watched them, were before the Bla Bla. So after coming back from tour Canadian Music Week and everything, it had been like a month since we hadn't watched any episode, and we were all super excited about
Because
it.
we're all watching that as a family.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like very, very
And it
special.
cannot be
We're
one
all
episode
dressed
at a
up,
time,
and if you got cut watching those
But
alone,
that never happened. That,
Man, I
Nobody
wouldn't
was
want to
there doing that.
Actually, I wanted to
Yeah.
tell you something, guys.
and then the next scene is.
But we even heard about it from the neighborhood because when you guys saw the pictures of us in the parking lot and being disguised and all of that, like neighbors now are like a bit scared or
Yeah,
traumatized of
exactly.
our
If it wasn't enough,
behaviors.
Yeah.
What happened
if
is the
Seth
church.
wasn't enough,
Yeah.
What happened in
Already.
the church?
Oh yeah.
And recently as well, we've seen pictures on Twitter, but Jeff went to a very special event for Amnesty International.
Yeah.
And can you tell us a little bit more about the moment? Because I know we've tweeted and people have seen it, but not everybody knows. And it was something very special. So explain to us a little bit what you were doing there.
Sure, it was the 45th anniversary of the bed-in from John Lennon and Yoko Ono.
Yeah.
And since we're very close with Amnesty International over the years, so they invited us just to take part of the event, be there and share this love for
and
human rights.
maybe people don't know who John Lennon is. He was part of the very, very famous band Yoko Ono and the Plastic Band.
Obviously. Thank you so much.
No,
Yeah.
it's good to.
No, it's good.
Help people.
But it's funny because not so many people knew that this thing happened in Montreal. So
Yeah.
it's,
Yeah, exactly.
It's always very cool to go there and meet.
It's actually the only place where you can stay in bed all day for like a week and smoke weed and
And
just
be
talk
famous for
about
it.
peace like
Very
without
famous
getting arrested.
hotel.
And
Yeah.
then,
Welcome to Montreal, everybody.
welcome to Montreal. Beautiful city.
Yeah.
And then, 10 years before, still with Amnesty International, you were invited to go there
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
As a lot of artists re-recorded the song.
Give
Give peace a chance.
Give peace a chance.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And
And,
we're
we've
12
got-
years old at this
Yeah,
time.
man, it was amazing.
We went through all the archives that we have from the band, and
Oh no!
we found a picture.
Oh,
So I would like for people to see
Open the vault.
that famous picture taken 10 years ago.
10 years ago.
So let's see that right now. So as we can see, there's Jeff and Alex over there.
Wow.
You guys really recognize them?
Damn.
I'm not the dude with like the white shirt.
The dude written Alex.
Yeah.
I thought I was the black guy on the.
Hey Jeff. We can see Jeff that there's not only the style that changed on you through the years.
That's mean.
That's
That's
mean.
very mean.
talking
and,
about peace and human
useless
rights
comments.
here.
Useless
Yeah.
comment.
You should
We're
give
talking
this
about
in guitar.
We're talking about peace and human rights, and you're bullying.
Yeah. Give peace a
Wonder why
chance.
he wasn't invited there.
Yeah, exactly. But this time was really different, as this
Dude.
is what happened.
Oh my God! Let's celebrate peace.
Let's
Wow.
celebrate peace.
So a very busy evening representing human rights.
It's not. It's,
Really busy, yeah?
It's a commitment.
It's a hard duty, you know.
Oh, yeah, it's not what you think it is.
You're there on the line.
Oh,
and,
yeah, on the
talking
line.
about human rights and.
Yes,
But
so,
seriously.
it's been over 10 years that you've been active,
Yeah.
not only with Amnesty International, but on a daily basis with human rights, representing human rights in everything you do. And we can see it through all the videos, through the music, lyrics, and everything that you do. And you keep telling that every little action can really make a
Exactly.
difference. Can you tell us a little more about it? Because talking with people, realize that it's really hard to believe that small things can really make a difference.
Yeah, but I think that when you're committed just to first to be yourself and to assume who you are, it's quite a big thing. You know, for other people around, maybe sometimes it looks like it's nothing, or maybe it's just like a very little thing, but that doesn't have any impact. But when you're just assuming who you are, and I think that you can inspire a lot of people around you, and then your whole environment will change. And I think that's to be open also about other people being themselves. And I think that's the biggest thing when we have the opportunity and the real privilege to go in school and just to talk with the people and or after concerts, and this is really what we're talking about. And I think that's the beautiful place we're standing at, because you know, being able to go all over the world like we've got like the amazing privilege to do, I think that's the most incredible way also to realize all those differences make a real difference, because we can be in China and talk with the people about how, you know, we're close to Japanese people and vice versa, and it goes way beyond politics. And then you're changing the cultures in so many ways, not because their cultures is wrong or whatever, but the perceptions. Because you can go to America and then to talk with like French people about this or vice versa again, or just in Europe and talk about America, and you're just giving another perspective. And I think that from that standpoint, it's really, for our perspective, it really makes a big difference. You know, we don't have to preach the whole thing on stage and to ask people to raise their hands if they want to, you know, for the war to stop. And other people can do that way better than we do. But our perspective is just to go and just through those contacts and the real, the moments that we have with the people, it makes a whole difference. And I think this is the same thing that people can do, you know, and are actually doing. And this is very inspiring for us as well.
Yeah.
Totally.
You know, and I think that what we've been through is a perfect representation of that. You know, that sometimes we're very affected by wars abroad, but sometimes the most devastating wars are at home or inside. And when you talk about that, maybe it's not that sexy for, you know, the big crowd, but I think that when you're able to talk about that with people that are actually living that, it's very special. It really makes a big difference, you know, because I think that the first war you're facing is the one inside of you. Yeah. You know, with all your fears and you know, you want to fit in, you want to belong, all those, you know, and it's not about oh yeah, this is like a teenager thing. It doesn't have anything to do with it.
No.
And until you find your people and then you find your purpose, it's very difficult.
It is. It really is.
So talking about that, I think, gives another perspective, and also to see the different, you know, all the injustice with the economical perspective of it. People are being bullied because they're not, they don't feel like they are very privileged. This is what most of us experience here. We're coming from very modest families, and it's been very tough because you don't fit in, just because, you know, you don't have the right suit or you don't have the right brand, you know, or people are, you know, it's what your experience in outside of your world is sometimes could be very tough. So, and when we're talking with people about that and being just open, just people are just like, what you guys were like bullied in school, and just what, you know, what happened, and then we just can talk about this and being open and how to make a difference You know, it's not about fighting back. It's about assuming who you are in a greater way. If you
and it's something we found here all together at first. I mean, the acceptance and, you know, the forgiveness and if I talk for myself, I mean, the way I've been, you know, accepted and welcomed in this family like years ago.
Yeah.
I remember it struck me at first, you know, and it's the same thing now. When we take time with people after the concerts or wherever we're going, I mean, you can see the direct effect of it on what's going on the vibe, on the smiles, on the joy that is shared, and how it fuels people up. You can tell that, you know, if you feel accepted, if you feel that you're filled with joy, then your attitude towards others is going to change, and this is what makes a difference. So. Yeah, and all those moments where, you know, people are climbing on the bass drum with Alex and all of that, you can see that it's something so special that they'll remember, and maybe they'll be able to hang on, you know, during tough times and stuff like that. So, and this is what makes a difference, and this is not because it's us, but I mean everyone around can do that in their own way.
In their own way.
Yeah, at work, at school, wherever they are, you know, everybody can do that.
At the same time, you know, all those outside aspect that sometimes that in your past and what you lived through, you know, how much it shaped what's inside, you know, but to realize through love that maybe it's not the final conclusion about who you are, but you have to acknowledge the fact that yes, it shaped so many things in you, and but at the same time it's an invitation, you know, just to expose, yes, it's ugly, and yes, but at the same time, for me it's like the 3 dot, you know what I mean? The dot that it's saying that there's something else if you want to.
Yeah, it can go beyond that. Yeah. Just like, or some people might be scared saying, oh yeah, you had problems when you were young. Oh, that explains it.
Well, for some people, that would explain everything.
Exactly.
I'm not exactly pointing at Seth here.
No. But except for Seth, we all arrived here, you know, with short hair. So this love really impacted us in a very
growing way.
In a growing way, exactly.
Depends on who.
Yeah.
You win some, you lose some, buddy.
I think it's really inspiring to see that.
That's cool because this is something that, you know, sometimes you can blame all the other artists to be there for, you know, for publicity and when the all the reporters are there, and that's, you know,
only when the camera's on.
Yeah, exactly. But us, we couldn't care less. Nice. You know, this is really what, you know, this is who we are.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. This is, you know, who we are, and we just really don't care, you know, for lack of better words. Yeah, I'm learning.
I'll feel you.
We did think a short video while we were there, while we were at that special evening with Jeff, because Marjo was there to cover the event.
They're interested to see what happened.
So let's watch that. Let's have a look at the video.
So today we're here at the Montreal Hotel Queen Elizabeth, as we're here for a very special event in collaboration with Amnesty International. But Jeff, can you tell us why are we here exactly?
Well, it's a very long and short story. So, in 1969, in fact, John and Lennon and Yoko did a bed-in here at the hotel, and a few years ago, Amnesty International just decided to commemorate that. So. A song was recorded like, all we are saying. I won't sing it because obviously I'm not super good at it, but so since we've been with Amnesty International for so long, and you know, they invited us here tonight, you know, just to come and always, you know, outshine and celebrate what, you know, so many things combined here in Montreal, artists, music, and all of that, and for us, we love to bring it like even further and beyond that, you know, just to see everybody here. Like Amnesty International is always people who just give their best out of their time, their gifts, their money, whatever they can share, and just to bring, you know, the human right cause just further. So I think this for me is what we're doing here, you know, celebrating all those people, you know, that inspired, just feel that they can inspire others. So.
That's great. It's great to be part of this historical moment. We're actually standing in the Love Corner.
Yeah, they call it the Love Corner right here. So
it's great to know what's the story behind this event, and it's great to know as well how your favorite enemies. You guys have always been supporting human rights as well. And
it's funny because we were here 10 years ago, Alex and I, and it was a different, I would say, context for us, and like, you know, small kids almost coming in here like, oh wow, and they gather like a bunch of super well-known Canadian artists, mainly French Canadians, some English Canadians as well, and we were all sitting in the bed where John and Yoko were in '69, and we just sat there and sang the song and re-recorded it. So for us, it was wow, the first one of the first steps into that world where sitting with people who were seeing everywhere, you know. So it was kind of funny to be seated there because we kind of, you know, took our passes in a different way than right now, let's put it that way. But so it's just funny to be back here and just to see all those memories, you know, and where we are right now today. And it's quite overwhelming, you know, but still that same heart and passion for, you know, it's not about John Lennon or Yoko Ono. I mean, it's about something else, and to see that still today there's still so many things to be done all around this world. I mean, so I see it as an encouragement as well, but especially that we need to, you know, get involved in so many ways and be the difference, you know, because there's always a very thin line between just both sides, because everybody just is super cool, and yeah, of course, to be here today, a bunch of cameras and media and blah blah blah, but you know, like real people who really commit their lives to be different, to be the difference. I mean, this is what I always admire and hopefully, you know, inspire others to become, because it doesn't take it. And those two were just laying down in a bed for a week, you know, and inviting people and singing music, and that was it. So it doesn't take that much, you know, just a little bit of creativity and craziness, and here we are, you know, like. So in the band we have long hairs, we have the beards, so let's just, you know.
We're getting there.
Yeah. We should do a Sethin for peace.
Then we really would have to give peace a chance.
Yeah, definitely. So the corner of love.
I love the corner of love.
And I'd like to know as well, because you said in the video, we all sat there on the bed and we all sang the song. Did you sing?
Yeah, but it was so loud that it was okay. I checked out what the microphones were at first, so it was
that's good.
It was all right. So but they took me out of the room at some point. I didn't ask why.
They wanted to keep peace.
Harmony.
Destroy them all.
I mean, it was really cool to be back there, and it's funny because 10 years ago when it was the re-recording of the song, there was like a massive amount of artists that showed up, but this time we were the only one.
It's called the no camera effect.
It really shows that, you know, that for us it's really a question of passion and of heart, and there's no need to be whatever.
And everybody that's involved in Amnesty, we're really happy to see you there as well.
Yeah, it was really cool.
But it's a matter of heart, you know what I mean? Just
because they know that what you do goes beyond Amnesty and signing petitions and being there when the cameras are there.
Yeah, but it goes beyond yourself, you know? Just like, sometimes people want to be bigger than human rights or Amnesty International or what you're believing into. So we're not that type of people. Let's put it that way. Well, at least not everybody.
Not everybody.
Most of us.
Yeah, most of us.
And talking about going beyond yourself, I'll bring this to a very, very different level.
Yeah, I always look at Stephanie and smiling because I never know what's coming up. You're just like getting prepared for like.
But you guys obviously know that we toured China, and one thing
still sick.
That we do, we're still all sick. And one thing that we do every time we're in China, well, every time we travel, actually, something we cannot miss is a Giants game.
Oh, yeah.
Of course.
So we gathered together, we watched the games, and while we were there was a series of 3-game Giants-Dodgers. In other words, everyone and Seth. Yeah. And there's always like the competition between Jeff and Seth, as you could probably see before.
Oh, really?
Just a little bit. It's very subtle.
Never noticed.
And
You're about to.
And there was a challenge while we were in China. So if you want to explain about it exactly what the challenge was about.
Well, it was about food.
Yeah.
So
obviously,
to make a change.
Because it's funny because
Piece it.
And since it's 3 games, it's cool because someone out of ourselves got to eat more than the others. You know, since it's 3, so the Giants won 2 games.
Oh.
So I won the first one on the first
yeah.
night. So we're in a restaurant and Steph had something like, I think it was like a bird neck.
Neck, yeah.
Already
Neck.
paid for that.
Yeah.
No, it was one
out of
defeat,
2.
and
then
we had 2.
And then since we had 2 other games, I said, and I won 1 and he won the other ones. I said that maybe we can just forget about everything. And he wanted to go for another
for sure,
it's gotta be fair.
Try to escape.
You know, so we just decided to, all right, let's do this. So we went both ways, like part ways, and we had to choose something for one another. So I don't know what Seth chose for me. He doesn't know what I did for him. So we're here this morning, and
we've got a little video that shows the research you did for Seth's
Interesting.
In China.
if we can
No.
call it.
no, in Chinatown.
Well, we have video
Chinatown.
China.
You
It
gotta see
has
it.
China in the name.
Food shop
But,
in China.
Yeah, so let's watch a video, and then we'll come back with Seth's special surprise.
Hi guys, hope you're doing great. As you know, Seth and I, long love story. So when we were in China, we had this baseball Giants and Dodgers challenge. So I won 2 games and he won obviously just 1 out of 3. But one of the challenges has been managed in China. But now we're back home. But here I am in Chinatown, you know, since we have to make sure that, you know, business has been taken care of. So follow me guys, we're gonna have a great time. I need to choose one thing for Seth to enjoy. You with me? Let's do this.
Wow.
Lucky
That
you.
looks delicious.
Taste
so
of China.
we've got something here,
should,
something very special.
Oh yeah, talk
Yeah?
about very special. You're scared, brother?
No.
I feel you're kind of curious.
Oh, no.
Or,
Yeah, curious. Yeah, for sure.
All right.
All right.
Let's do it.
Oh,
Oh, this is a squid. Raw squid.
You found this in the China.
You already ate one of those.
Yeah, I had one of those in Ori Hockey a few
the
years ago.
smell is
Yeah.
There's a
In China they like
Contribution.
to eat squid and all that. So I thought that, you know,
Oh, it's
that
so
could be.
beautiful, eh?
Yeah, and you're lucky because it was super big.
Even if I've got like a permanent sinus problem, I can smell. So
But it's a real
yeah.
delicacy for
yeah.
Sorry.
And, let's remind everyone that it's so this is
yeah, because it's
The whole thing, brother.
10 to 9.
Walking Dead.
Oh man.
Good morning, everyone, wherever you are in
that's
the
real
world.
rock.
Giants.
You hear the
the sound.
chewing.
No, stop.
You still have
I love this show.
And squid is known for being not that chewy at all.
Actually, squid is known for being super good in the morning. Everywhere you are.
When you
Just
didn't
swallow
eat
it.
anything else.
So how do you feel?
I can't bite.
Good morning,
I hear this-
everyone.
This crunch. Oh man.
So now we know what
Yeah, I know what you're going through. I already been there once, so it's
But
not
yours
so
was
bad.
so
It's not
much
so bad.
Yeah, I remember when you
Yours
bite
was
that.
bigger.
It's It's lucky because
Are you lucky?
the one I bought was really big. It didn't fit in the plate. You could see it through the ball. Yeah, it was like yeah. So I just got them to
it's
you.
perfect to keep him quiet. He's not so talkative.
Yeah, it's very good.
Ah, hear the sound of it.
No,
It's
it's
like,
bones.
God, there's bones.
Squid with no bones. Okay, so maybe when we can
not swallow. Sorry. No, there's rum too, eh?
Unbelievable.
Please hide it.
Okay, we're going to go watch another video right now.
I will present baby my video, eh? We call this vengeance, eh? Because remember that the Dodgers won one game, eh? Oh, we're gonna sweep you, brother. Oh yeah. There was no
He is on fire.
I'm scared.
I'm still focused on the.
Okay. Wavy, show the video. Nice.
Hello, guys. As the night is showing his face to the people on earth, there's a man, a real man forged through the spirit of real rock and roll, looking through those darkness. The night is no longer mysterious for this bearded man, as the light is shining upon his face, testifying about his holy quest for the supremacy of rock and roll on earth. The multitude of his devoted Chinese disciples have sent him addresses of secret places that no one heard about to find what he's looking for. It's not like Jeff going to the Chinese district with the only purpose to eat egg rolls, ribs, and drink cherry sauce. No. The humility of this airy man enlightened his own vision to see through those thick darkness and direct his steps to go to some places that no one went before. He's becoming one with the night, leading the way through this spiritual journey for this communion with true rock and roll.
So we can see that there's a little bit more deepness, eh?
I can say,
I can see that.
Where your video
There's a long
ends is where
reverb
mine
on your
started.
No, what you did. What you
You
did.
are one with the night.
Yeah, because you have to go beyond what you see. And you, it was just about fun and just despising people. Obviously me. But look. You can bring the stuff.
It's already there, brother.
Oh yeah? Oh, amazing. I was like so concentrated.
Focused on yourself.
Focused on yourself, yeah.
So Jeff.
Man.
Oh, there's a bit of squid here. Are you ready, guys? Oh, Tupperware.
Such a good presentation.
Oh, look at this. Eh?
What
I
is
always
it?
love
What is
snack.
that?
Eh?
What is it?
It's Chinese snack.
Is it alive?
Maybe it was before.
Doesn't look that bad.
No,
It looks like
You like it?
something else you ate in China.
Don't tell me you love
remember
it.
the name.
I love it. It's really good. I thought you would like come with something.
Like
So he did that so you can feel shameful about your actions of the squid
Yeah, exactly.
because he's in the night.
He really likes it.
He's in the night and all that.
So what is it?
do we call this a pétard mouillé?
So, no, but maybe
It's actually very good.
If anybody else wants to try?
but maybe it only represents your compassion and love.
Maybe.
I love it, brother.
I love
Wow,
you too,
man, you're a
Seth.
transformed
forget
man.
about that.
I love
Me,
you,
I was expecting like the head,
Yeah, me
the,
too.
the raw head of a
Yeah,
duck
yeah.
or something like that,
Or a rat.
or maybe like
A rat on a stick.
yeah, exactly,
No.
or just like a raw donkey or something. Like that.
You're lucky to have me in your life. Man.
I agree, man.
Oh,
To be
yeah.
honest, yeah, I really agree with
Well,
that.
he's never said the contrary. You're the one
Did you
who's
do
always
this because you're
complaining.
scared of the next challenge for baseball?
Oh.
I miss you, China.
Forget about that.
Yeah. So that's a little reminder of the taste, because I think you had something very similar in China as well. And,
He
yeah,
loves it. That's amazing.
you spent 3 weeks
All
in
these
China touring.
went all night in the night
with the
and
tour,
the reverb. I love it. Sorry.
Keep, you'll get your point across. Keep talking.
Let me know when you're ready. I'll start over.
Sorry.
So yeah, you guys spent 3 weeks in China for the tour, the carp leaving over the Dragon Gate. And this is a little reminder of all the artwork.
I love to do that.
I know, that's why I'm giving it to you.
The buttons, the badges,
All the artwork.
The thing.
That has been the thing.
this.
The trio.
And now that the tour is over, can you say that the image and the name of the tour, the carp leaving over the Dragon Gate, really represent what you guys have lived over there?
not only what we lived and experienced, but I think what we did somehow became dragons after this tour. Because it's been so inspiring, and we had such a great time with people that I think that whole concept, that whole idea has been incarnated every night. Every moment we had was just like phenomenal, and it went way beyond concerts. The first time we went in China, that was just like crazy. We did like 17 shows in 20 days or something. It was just like we didn't have time to fully appreciate and to understand what was going on, what we were experiencing and embracing. So, but this time, that was just another story. And not because it was like the third time to go, but I think it was because we were actually somewhere else as well in our lives, and we spent all that tour, we spent it together.
Yeah, so what to say.
So that was just like an unbelievable love demonstration towards each other. So that was just incredible.
And
No, sorry, like every night we were just gathering in one room of someone and just spending the whole time over there and talking about what happened, what we lived in.
And not only after shows, but even like on days off when
traveling,
we were playing,
in the train. We were always
together.
It was really cool. Really incarnating the spirit of China.
Yeah, because China is really family oriented. There's a real family feeling when you go there.
The real community and And it was funny because we were like in the long distance train, and so we were in little cabins, and we managed to get like 11 of us like in the same cabin. That was really China style, all gathering and eating all together. And Miss Isabel was cooking for everybody, and exactly. So we ended up being like in the, because there's one wagon is like like some kind of a restaurant
wagon,
So, and we were there to watch the baseball, and suddenly like everybody was with us, and we were explaining that, you know, this is the Giants were actually like the best team in the world.
This is cheering and high five,
Dodgers, high five everybody, and thumbs up, Coach. So that was very so that was very special.
Seth was carrying the kids in the train, running after them, screaming.
What's funny is that the facilities is not made to be 11 people in the same space, you know.
Really?
But for us, it was so important. It was so important to gather together that we were like doing everything, all arrangements, like being super creative.
We even watched a movie.
Like
two levels.
Two laptops at the same time.
Two laptops. We had to synchronize.
Okay, stop. It's not synced anymore. So pause, play.
Or that's special.
Yeah,
it was
very cool. And we've got a little video that will show a recap of pretty much everything that happened in China, so we can go see that.
Wow.
And we'll
I hope that it's a video like of 5 hours, because so many things happened.
It's not 5 hours, but we made it a little bit shorter because of the Bla Bla.
It's a trilogy.
Extended version on the encore, maybe.
No, I don't know. Maybe it's a Peter Jackson production, so enjoy it.
Let's watch the video.
Seth is destroying this.
Empire of sorrows, as if for everyone, I grew up in a storm. Good fortune tellers fell, a stranger in the land, ripped from all its firstborn sons. Turn shadows into dark, ghost of hopeless morning screams, the flows of underground, way too bright to be seen, in a darkness of my own, in a darkness of my own.
In the great discovery of the food in China, we're walking a new step here. We really want to find the hottest soup possible. Not again. Chengdu, you're on fire, baby.
As the tide keeps running high, shining waters blaze, like evil flowers grow. All the sun is a reflection of the sky. We're glowing in its trees. Hello? Dressed up as widows. All dressed up as widows, looking for anywhere. Anywhere but here. senses losing flame, as if I beat its sight to promise company. As long as there is light, I guess no more shall we part in the darkness of my own. In the darkness of my own. Is there anything more? Is there anything more? Any place to lie?
That's a little glimpse of what happened, and we brought back posters as well. We've got one over there, the biggest one we've seen found, over there, and Alex also has one.
Yeah, it was so cool because every place has a different way to present. So this is like made of like traditional paper. That was very, very, very special to see that. And there was places where the poster was like, they were like so big.
Yeah.
It was just like crazy. We were just like, And I remember that Seth, we were talking about how big those posters were, and Seth passed by, stopped, said, they're even bigger than Jeff, and kept going. It was so mean.
Yeah, it was funny.
Yeah, every moment we had, just like you saw a little bit of
in the video,
in the video about the transportation and everything, but what we experienced all together was quite amazing during the shows. It was just insane.
And I don't know about somebody told us that normally Chinese people are not that expressive during concerts.
Yes,
I never saw people not expressive. So to me, it was the carp leaping over the dragon's head, because they were I don't know if they
crazy.
would they would just like overcome everything that
the guy came to me actually, and he said, I need to tell you this, that us in China, we don't express our feelings, we don't expose ourselves like that, but you guys with the music and everybody in the room, we touched something so deep and special that it wasn't about China, it wasn't about, myself or my background, it was something else, and I will always remember it.
And it's great that I didn't know we would take this excerpt for the music, but it's really something that we discovered as well over there, because while we were playing my Empire of Sorrows, people would start bouncing like that, and I remember it all struck us. We're like, oh my God, that moment was really powerful. And
that was crazy, because people were every place was different, and obviously, but it was so intense, but in so many different ways. The first night we played at the Void, and that was like the first concert. So we arrived, and the manager of the place was amazing. His name. Already, I love this guy. His name was Punks.
His real name is Punks.
Punks, baby.
And we had a great time. He welcomed us like family, and when we were still a bit exhausted, but we just went and looked, and the venue was amazing. And he said, you're gonna see like people here. They know how to welcome a band.
Nice.
So we played there. It was just like
insane.
And people, it was the set list was so intense that people were not in the audience. They were not able to sustain.
No, they were tired.
They were just like needed to rest a little bit on the stage and then get back. And at the end of the show, one of the guy looked at us, and it was very intense, and he ripped his shirt off.
Yeah.
I was like looking at that. Okay, and then he looked at me. And he went to the merch booth and bought a T-shirt.
He bought a T-shirt.
This one.
Yeah.
So he
and you wear.
Yeah, exactly. So
it all
and he looked at me after, and
That's amazing.
So that was very, very
And
crazy.
they took his ripped T-shirt and they put it on the ceiling of the venue.
I didn't know that.
That's how crazy it is.
But you've had incredible stories with the people.
Oh man,
You've
that was
seen,
just
people
crazy.
from France
Yeah.
join you in concerts. Japanese friends.
Yeah, people that we
well.
were chatting with already.
Yeah.
And we've met old friends from like the first time we went 3 years ago.
Some of them were coming with their phones.
Yeah,
They had taken pictures from 3 years ago, showing us, showing you that
this guy.
I was there.
One of them came on stage after the show. He was so emotional and stuff. He said, "Come, look at this. This is me and you in 2011." Showed, you know, and he had a picture with every one of us individually. Was very awesome.
Yeah.
But that's a crazy thing in China as well. Once you finish the show, everybody just go on stage.
Yeah.
Like,
and then when you're playing in the crowd, you know, people like.
But it just shows
So
like
many
there's no
selfies.
borders between the band and the crowd. We're one, and they understood it, and we understood it. We just lived it together.
And I think that's the vibe that really comes off all of your shows.
One amazing guy came to us and he said, "Guys," and it's funny because the fact that we're not able to really actually speak, their language and vice versa. So he said, "Guys, me travel 3 days to be here." And at first we said, okay, maybe we, and then 3 days, 1, 2, 3 days.
The trains
3 days of transportation.
Yeah, exactly.
China is big, so.
So I said, "Oh, really? Wow!" And he said, "But now I realize that you tomorrow play in my city."
He didn't know.
Yeah, and he said, "No." He said, I won't be there. Sorry. Need 1, 2, 3 days to go back." And if it wasn't for the fact that our places were already bought in the train, we would have brought him with us.
Yeah,
of course.
But that was, we had so much stories, and all the shows were just like completely.
People have been really generous.
Man.
Received
The body surfing on stage.
Yeah, that was the first. I think it was at the Vox.
You jumped from the stage.
No, it was at the Fox, I think. Yeah. We brought everybody on stage. The stage was like packed.
I never saw that in my life.
And
you jumped from the kick drum.
And it was like a packed house. It's one of the biggest venue in China, and it was a packed house, and the fire was everywhere. And then we brought like the people. I think it was for Open Your Eyes. So we brought the people on stage, and so I was in the crowd. People were on stage. And then I managed my way back on stage, and then I went on Moose's kick drum, and then I jumped in the crowd. So I was doing buddy surfing
on stage
with the crowd and the people. So that was just
stage surfing.
So that was just crazy. And every time there was a venue, and it was a second
with a balcony.
That second floor. And but this one, I jumped from the second floor. But that moment that I'm talking about there was like some kind of a VIP zone.
Second floor was the VIP section.
So I climbed there, right there, and everybody was, they went nuts because, just like what's going on? The singer is with us on this, on the VIP in the VIP zone. Obviously, I'm VIP.
Yeah, it's super VIP.
Yeah, out of the sudden I'm VIP, and so there was a guy like who shared like the moment with us, and then after that I went back on the table. There was a table with so many like glasses and beers and stuff. So I just like jumped on the table, so glasses everywhere, and people were just like, yeah. And then I jumped from the second floor, like back in the crowd.
Yeah, that was nuts.
And you climbed on the second floor from the crowd as well.
Later on. I went back with like a chair, so I was sitting on a chair doing, crowd surfing
on a chair.
Yeah, exactly.
Only a few of the stories that happened over there.
That was just.
I would have loved to see
but
that.
You can see that what's amazing is that in China, the Chinese people and the people that are coming to the show, they have a real trust.
Yeah.
They really put themselves in a mindset to live the moment with you.
Yeah,
they're not gonna don't touch me.
Yeah.
I'm the star.
The staff at the Mao Live House, they make body surfing and.
Yeah, and we've received something very special as well, because obviously traveling in China is not easy because the language is very different, and none of us speak Chinese, so we need to have a translator, and this is something that she's given us.
And we had like the most old person in the world.
Yeah, she was amazing.
Incredible.
She had to miss university. Yuhui was our translator, and she's studying at a university in Beijing. And she gave us something, I believe it's from her university. And so I hope it's on the right side. No, the other side.
Wow.
Wait, it's long, so I have to stand up. There you go.
Wow.
So a little souvenir of China and everything that happened over there.
But we had, just to see people
special.
from like that we met 3 years ago and friends and all the concerts that was just like incredible.
It was
incredible. People were
really
like traveling from so many places to come and see us, and we're just like, what?
Some of them were with you until the very last second, till the airport, I think.
Yeah. We had with Jackie and KK.
Yeah,
and
she brought a lot of friends as well. And
Suchi.
Now she has a Giants cap.
Yeah,
that is Punks as well. Punks as well.
And another side, like you said, another part of China that occupied a lot of our time was traveling.
Yeah, that was the coolest
part. And we decided to dedicate a special video for that because that was really special. So watch the video.
I really rehearsed this.
That was the coolest part.
That was the coolest part. The reaction. So we'll watch the video and we'll come back.
All right. Man, I really think my arms are still
sore.
Man, there was moments I wrote because we were doing like digital post-its for everyone that were like ordering the T-shirt from China and other
orders from
the wifey store. So we were like doing like a digital post-it, and Mia, everything I was doing was like talking about the transportation and everything. This is okay. I'm teaching you. This is what we're doing. And I remember I wrote to Sandrine from France, and I explained like one of the moment we had, which was like the most intense moment.
It was ridiculously intense.
So should have seen your face when you carried the luggage in the stairs, no?
Yeah. What do you mean? Oh, you had time to watch my face.
No. I saw your face.
He was laughing at you actually.
Yeah.
He was like,
you're white.
I'm almost faint because it's like a sea of people.
Oh yeah.
It's amazing, but people are super nice.
Yeah.
But you've got so much gear, and then it's like step by step, and the wave stops.
No escalator.
You cannot go with the flow. You cannot like let the stream of the movement carry you to the place you need. No, stop.
So much more effort.
And they're all curious. They're all looking at you,
and you're just like
everybody's wondering, and then we need to come back.
Yeah.
Our luggages are so heavy.
Mine was super heavy, with all the makeup and everything. And at one point I was like, trying to climb with my luggage, and there was a super kind Chinese guy. He said, let me help you in Chinese, but I understood. I was super happy to understand.
It was like, let me help you.
Yeah, he tried to get it, and then and he was also struggling, and his girlfriend was laughing a little bit, so we had to carry it together, and finally we made it.
Very funny, like Mrs. Abel with her luggage and her chihuahua on the other hand, in traveling. That was amazing. Amazing.
Another place where you guys spent a lot of time is Starbucks, and we received so many comments and messages asking us, what are you guys doing in Starbucks all the time?
Well,
so now is your template.
That was actually the only place where we were able to have Wi-Fi and internet connection to get into, because that's the biggest thing when we're traveling. We love to stay in touch with everybody and just to
the SFCC as well. Spend time
to be able to share with the people, and that was like the biggest challenge. It's always the biggest challenge, but in China they're reconnecting everything.
It's not as widespread.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
It is everywhere else.
So, but Starbucks was a fair place to go. Just like, okay, we know that we're gonna have it, and not only because the coffee is good and everything, and I do have a new mug. Thank you so much.
Directly from China.
From China.
Nice.
And so when we wanted to do like live chats and stuff, so we've been able to do it actually.
Yeah.
We did broadcast for the SFCC members. So if you're not, if you haven't joined the SFCC, this is what you're missing.
One of them was a sound check.
And the other thing was like
and the other one was a concert.
Yeah, a concert. That was a crazy one.
It was really crazy.
Because there was a moment. It was so crazy that the night before was like very rocking, and people were just like pumping their fists. It was just like crazy. The cheer in the crowd and like jump. Like they got me one night and just like jump. And the other night, where was like it was almost all females in the audience.
Man.
I felt like I was in One Direction at one point. They were every time I was like getting close, and then they were screaming, and I was in the crowd.
Very high-pitched scream.
And people
touching your face and then combing your hair.
Oh my God, he's so sweaty.
And we could hear them screaming really well and taking pictures with you guys.
That was cool. We had every night was a different type of connection. So, but that was crazy, and just to be able to broadcast that with like all the members of
to
the
be able to
SFCC.
bring all the members of the SFCC on the road with us is always such a privilege, and we try and do it as often as possible. So.
And also we were able to celebrate YB's birthday.
Yeah.
So and we bought this. We didn't know it was actually it was like a gasoline. But anyway, we had a.
That's the one who found the bottle.
Exactly.
So maybe if you can explain the story.
Kind of Chinese sake.
Yeah, kind of Chinese sake. We were all around the city, Moose, Ben and I, just because it was YB's birthday, so we wanted to get something special. And at first, I wanted to buy something that we all know, but then I said, I don't want to buy something really Chinese, So we discovered that little wonder here, and I even have the
in the car section.
In the garage. I even have the name of it.
Yeah.
So that this is what it is, and we came back with that for, and we celebrated YB's birthday
on a train.
And it was so cool to really get the
and we even have we had a cake and everything, so that was legit.
That Mrs. Bell needed to reconstruct
restore.
Because it had been
exactly. That was legit.
Pretty much in the transport.
That was, but honestly, this alcohol ain't that bad. If it wasn't for the fact that we were starting to lose our teeth, the rest of it is very good.
But you know what? There's some left, so it says a lot.
We feel exactly.
And even with all of that,
just knew about it.
Yeah. Kenny had a shot last night.
Even with all of that, all the
Kenny, if you're watching from the hospital, we just want to say that we love you.
He's in Chinatown right now.
A few straws in his
open the lights.
Clean up.
Yeah, different effects on everybody. I'm sorry.
I know, it's all right.
It was very good.
But even with all of that, all the concerts, all the trains, because we had some massively long trains. One was 23 hours. So that was quite something.
My favorite.
Some of the guys had time to do a little bit of tourism, but way.
Yeah.
And I'd like to show a picture of what it was like. So we'll see that right away. So as we can see here.
Oh yeah!
This is what
Sam, at the Forbidden City. Are you happy with the direction the show is taking right now?
Yeah, right now.
Yeah.
I
You would have liked the show to start like this.
Actually.
And that was very funny because everybody they were all around Seth taking pictures, and the funny part is, most of the people were actual tourists, but then like a bunch of like maybe like 5 or 6 girls.
Yeah.
They recognized Seth because we were. It's close to Beijing, right?
Yeah, it's a forbidden city.
And we played the night before, and they were there. And when they saw him, they flipped out. They started to scream, and then out of the sudden, even like the people who didn't know him, like started to scream. So everybody was screaming like crazy around Seth, and
who's this guy? A sea of people taking pictures.
And knowing Seth, very humble, just like just like
like a good leader.
Yeah, exactly.
Jeff was managing. All the people wanted me to sign the papers. It was good, you know.
Yeah, usually the place behind
the right things
with people. I was just empty. Everybody was on the other side of the camera,
but it's
like
true.
waiting to take a picture or just to.
It was hard to actually take that picture because of all the people that were surrounding him.
So that was crazy.
But
I love Chinese people.
I love your style.
Yeah.
I think you love
pretty
everyone
much
that loves
everybody
you.
who loves you. Yeah.
Pardon me?
You love everybody who loves you.
Well,
it's a good start.
That's another way to say it.
Let's say it's another perspective of yours.
If you love me, it's a good start.
Like you said, I love that you love
Then you
me.
came back home. Right after China.
Oh yeah, really? We did.
It was
For 20 hours.
Not there yet.
4 or 5 in the morning.
Yeah.
We arrived home, and then next day, you guys were leaving for Canadian Music Week.
Yeah.
And that appearance comes at the Canadian Music Week comes with a very special story. If you guys want to tell us about it.
Well, actually, the Chinese tour was supposed to be one week longer. But when we realized, we didn't know, but they actually scheduled us at the Canadian Music Week
Without us knowing.
without us knowing. And we were not supposed to play there, obviously, because we were on tour in China. And but when we realized all the gathering and all the people saying, well, from the wifey family, said, okay, I'm gonna travel there. I already take
trains.
Yeah,
planes.
So I took like some holidays, and so we booked there and there. So I said, okay, let's do it. That's
Come back.
important, and let's celebrate with our people, and so that's why we decided to cut that short.
Yeah.
So thanks to Starbucks, otherwise we wouldn't have known that.
Yeah, exactly.
But we knew before leaving China, though.
So no, that was very cool, and even like if we were we were sick like crazy.
Everybody was sick when we came back.
Dude, in the house in Toronto, it was unreal. Everybody was coughing.
We had a
There was
sick room.
There was special rooms.
Some people were quarantined.
Masks.
I remember, and we were
I've been
jet lagged. We were jet lagged like crazy, and everybody was sick, and some of us were
Really sick.
Yeah, well, yeah. Let's put it that way. So that was very funny.
But
Ben was like coughing like all night.
Let's say that some that are sick like makes other people angry sometimes.
Yeah,
Did
exactly.
you lost your voice the day before the
Well, actually, Ben and I were very, very sick. And
tired and jet lag?
Well, Alex did not lost his voice. I think that Ben stole it from him.
No, that's what happened. Ben, stop doing that.
Because he's jealous.
That's what happened.
Because we're roommates.
And so that was like the night before.
Yeah.
Like because we were playing like two shows on Saturday night. On Saturday, we were playing like the outdoor outdoor show in a Steve Music Store, and then we were playing at the Hard Rock Cafe at night. So that was us like the night before, and I've got no voice at all, and just like okay, knowing like everybody that came from that for that moment, and it was just like okay, now it's okay, I need to let's pray.
You knew everybody came, but still that day we had surprises. People we didn't know would be there. And surprised us.
Well, that was a big show.
So
Yeah,
that's on top of it. Yeah.
Yeah, so that was very crazy, but it was a great time, and we were so excited.
It was,
to do it, and then people were so. It was.
People were very happy to see you as well, and we've got a few pictures.
Okay.
We'll keep.
That was
talking,
that was very sweet
members,
and peaceful and soft, and that's what really what we love about gathering all together. And then we were playing at the Steve Music Store, and then we saw Joe and Toby from the UK. We didn't know at all. They kept like the surprise, so that was very crazy to see them there. So, but this is the family, you know what I mean?
Yeah. It was special also, it's the store that we're going since we're so young.
Steve's Music Store,
we start playing or instrument or just singing and just buying stuff there, and it was special to be there and having the family with us to share this moment. It means so much.
Because it had been a year since last time we played, over a year since last time you guys played in Canada. Actually, so it was great to see everybody again. People were really happy, really excited. It's been a real family time.
And it goes beyond the concerts for us. It was for me. We've got like a traditional moment on Sunday morning. Which is like the breakfast we have. And it's very, it's very peaceful, but it's very loud, which I love. So and then we're able to spend time, with everybody and
talk with everyone.
Exactly, and go from table to table. So that's why we love to do that, because it's everybody's so generous with us, and then with their time and their love and their support, and for us just to be in that very peaceful environment. This is just like mind blowing. This is so inspiring for us. And even that night, and then we played at the Steve Music Store, and it was
on
like
Saturday.
So beautiful outside, open door, like on like the busiest street,
on the street,
and tramways were coming and stopping, and people were taking pictures, and there was like a huge crowd in front of us. And the real beautiful moment, everything was perfect. Then at night, we went to play to the Hard Rock Cafe. And we weren't able to have
sound
checks, and we're a band that we're not playing with tracks, so it's actually live.
So it's actually cool to have.
It's cool to hear line check,
like actual bands, like real bands are doing. So anyway, so we were playing, and everything went wrong that night with all the technicals. That was, and then we were very before leaving. When we were going back to downtown
to the house.
That thing, you had like a little experience.
Man, something really special.
Lady Gaga already experienced it, but then we brought it to another level.
Stephanie, when they were in downtown transportation in a van, it can get messy.
I was sure you would never talk about that.
Stephanie was very sick, and at one point she said, "Stop the van." We stopped the van by the side, but it was too late. And then we realized that Jeff had some
a little shower.
She was let's say she was very
sick. Your show sounded amazing from the bathroom.
She spent like the whole Hard Rock Cafe concert in the bathroom, being sick, and then Ben and I then at night, that show we were like super sick, so everything went wrong, but in a very wonderful way, because when you just let go of all the technicals and yourself, then you just allow that moment to be what it is, and with everybody in the crowd, we had. I remember the moment I had with Maggie. That was just like phenomenal. Awesome. We just like was dancing with her.
In a wheelchair.
That was just like
beautiful.
Real. Nothing is planned. This is just like, because I was seeing her, I was like obviously on stage, and I saw her like her eyes closed and like this, and it touched me so much, so deep inside, that I looked at her and I couldn't resist the fact to go and just to join her and just to hug her. And the crowd, and then after that I just like had her dance, and dancing. That was just like wonderful,
beautiful.
So when you go, I think this is what's so amazing about this family, is the fact that it's not about yourself. And when you just trust the moment and trust others, then what you feel is missing, like might be like. All the technicals for us on stage, or the fact that we're not on our A game, we're sick and stuff. But when you just trust others, then you receive way more that you might think you're missing.
And that night has been all about that, because it's a Canadian Music Week. It's super tight and organized, and the people know that we always go with the drum in the crowd, so they came at us saying, "Okay, guys, not tonight."
And me, I said, okay.
And then,
see you later.
And then
put the drum in the crowd.
in the show, we everybody was there coming from, had people from America, from the UK and all that. So I always remember Alex and I just looked at each other, because I'm always the first one to go. you know, when that time arrives. Yeah, I looked at Alex and he did that wonderful move, like. So we just all went, and I think I went like way before I was supposed to.
And because one guy said the sun was in
just like I'm like right away.
Have I missed something?
I have the tendency to be a bit of a rebel.
And that moment that we
That's how we
gathered
like
there,
it.
it was so beautiful.
Yeah.
It was
It really
beyond
was.
words.
Yeah, with Brit on a drum kit.
Yeah, Brit came
That's
with you.
true,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
That
It's
was very
gathered,
special
it's gathered people, you know, there's someone that's saying, okay, organizer, stop the sound at the time, and the sound man just fake to
drop the sound.
Because
drop
it
the
was
sound
such,
and
it
you
was
forget
such
about
a
it.
real, that was such a real moment that even like all
the
the
tight
people, all the tech,
Organizers.
yeah, they were just like,
They got into it, and
yeah, because it was real, you know, that
It
was
was,
real.
yeah.
And
There's no other
so
way.
we had a real time, yeah.
It was the same for everybody watching also to the SFCC.
Yeah, that's true.
True,
We
we
did,
were
yeah.
live on the
Because that
SFCC.
whole
Podcast
concert,
live.
yeah,
the
from
whole
beginning
concert.
to end.
Yeah.
And of course, it was expected to see you guys going in the crowd, but the moment was just amazing. And we knew that you all were sick, but we knew that you would give it all to be with the
Yeah.
people
Yeah.
and spend
Yeah.
an amazing weekend. And so that's what's really family is all about. And that was great about that weekend, and we could feel it. You guys being there, and also like to the SFC, everything that you were sharing online as well is the same spirit, and
Nice.
beyond sickness, beyond tiredness, and just to live a moment beyond expectations.
I mean, we
as
have
well.
people waking up at like 4 a.m. to
Yeah.
watch the show.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
crazy.
So, I mean,
Absolutely
it's
crazy.
it drives you, you know, all that spirit, that vibe,
Exactly.
that love. It brings you to just go beyond whatever you.
And we've got a video. Yeah, a video
Surprise.
that will summarize pretty much all the
All right,
weekend
so
that
yeah, it's
happened.
25
we'll
minutes
just
of
see that
like
in
us
images.
coughing.
I come looking at your door, wondering if there was just like a little bit more. I want your mercy seat. Oh, that was your son, just like a children were.
A few images on the words we've just said, so we could see how crazy, intense, and passionate the whole weekend was, despite tiredness and sickness and jet lag and everything else.
And coughing.
Yeah.
And coughing. Coughing that is still going on
Yeah,
for pretty
yeah.
much
so
absolutely
stuffed with
everyone.
meds that night.
And when we came back from China, one other thing that we celebrated was the 1-year anniversary of the release of the album Between Illness and Migration in Japan. We did something very special for it, and I've got, we like to send ourselves a little invitation to make things very official.
It's proper, you know.
Yeah, exactly. So that happened, as you can see here, at
It's legit.
4:15 in the morning.
Yeah.
In the morning.
The AM is very important.
Yeah,
Which
Changes everything.
at
all
four
difference.
is very like it's commitment and love.
We wanted to do that at sunrise because we thought it was very meaningful for the album, for the relationship that we have with Japanese people as well. And we've made a little video. We're going to watch it right now. and then we'll come back and talk about that special party we had all together a little more. So let's show the video right now.
Just wanted to invite you in a little moment where we're about to witness a little bit of the colors blooming out of the darkness. So maybe you can join us in the special place that we have prepared for you guys.
It's cool to hear the birds.
So the reason why we maybe if you some of you have the invite, and also we decided to write a little something, which is, can you read it? Can you read it?
Let's commune at sunrise, where life blooms out of darkness, as dawning light embracement makes everything possible all over again and again.
So this is what we wanted to express. What inspired the record? For some people it has been very dark somehow, but we wanted to emphasis on the fact that there's so much light in the record when you really dwell into it, when you really let go, when you really decide just to take maybe a leap of faith in the record. And I think especially with the Japanese version.
日本版のアルバムアートワークは夜で、カナダバージョンが日の入りだけど、太陽でこう明るいイメージじゃないですか。だからでそれも Between Illness and Migration のその方向に行ってるからすごくなんだろうな、腑に落ちるわっていう気分はあったんだけど、そう今日これ日本で発売されて1周年記念ということで、みんなでこの日の出を見れたのがなんていうの、まさにマイグレーションだよなと思って、それはすごい個人的に嬉しかったよね。
このアルバム聴いてて、いつも頭の中で思い描く絵っていうか映像的なものがいつも日本に関係してて、ミュージックビデオもA View from Within と I Just Want You To の2つ日本で撮ったから、そのなんていうの、やっぱりその曲は日本の人たちを思い浮かべるし、日本の風景を思い浮かべるし、別に日本に限ったアルバムじゃないけど、なんていうの、その曲自体の魂っていうか、そういうのはすごい日本で生まれた、日本から始まってる曲が多いんかなと思ったんですよ。
こうやって日の出とか、その光、希望とか、明るいものを受け入れてそっちに向かっていくには、やっぱ影の部分を受け入れないと始まらないと思う。だからこのイルネスの部分をね、自分の中のそれを認めて受け入れてから旅が始まると思ってるから、このアルバムがその日本の人たちにとってそういうものになればいいなって個人的に思ってます。
Maybe we're the perfect balance as humans between darkness and light, and I think that after that it depends on which one you want to follow or what you really want to give your life to. Then after that it's a decision that we can make every day. Even if you can live all your life in the midst of darkness, but when you decide to experience something else and to really touch the invisible, so then it's possible. That's the beauty of this record, I think. That was a very special moment.
It really was special.
Yeah, it's very deep.
Everybody felt very tired at the beginning because obviously it was super early.
It was bedtime.
But
exactly.
Yeah, pretty much. But all tiredness we had disappeared very quickly because the moment in itself was so powerful and energizing in a way. It was really, really cool.
But again, it was very peaceful. I think that's really the word that sums up everything that we're experiencing and embracing now.
Yeah.
And I think that's the that's the mindset we're in. You know, regardless of all, you know, the good things that you might live. I think that when you're able just to find that peace, I think that all the different elements that are coming your way have a different taste.
Yeah.
You know, so you can appreciate maybe the simplest things that, you know, sometimes when you're always looking for something big, you know, it's something that even if it was there in your life, you won't be able to really see it. So
and you'll miss the most important things.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And that's something you said that, you know, that during that moment you said that, you know, it's important to, because this is offered to us every day, you know, and sometimes we miss out on it. Not sometimes, lots of times, you know, if I talk for myself, and this is a gift, this is really something that, and we seized that moment, that day, and you know, we could notice like, the color of the sky was just that amazing dark blue that quickly came to light, but everybody there during that time to share this, it was you know, was more than just remembering something about the album. It's everything that came through the album, everything that we shared, you know, the relationships, and yeah, it's already been a year, but I don't know. It just doesn't feel like it.
It's just
crazy.
crazy.
It feel like it was yesterday. You know,
and what was
so
very
vivid.
cool is that we did like a toast.
Yeah.
And sometimes, you know, when that's what we're now so blessed to be able to do, because when we're just cheering out all together, now we started to bless the people that received us. You know, to bless the nation. You know, just like for that example, Japan. Just well, you know, may Japan be blessed. All the people that we love in Japan, or in China, or in the UK, or in France, where all those places are home, all the places we're going. And I think it again, you know, it's not about what you accomplish. It's about what you're sharing.
The communion
exactly.
that we have with
and I
the
think
people,
that's eternal, because what you create is wonderful, but once it's shared, then it's eternal, because that other person will take it and redefine it in a different way, and then she's gonna do the same with maybe her friends and the people around her, and so that's what we're celebrating. So and that, you know, that is my little contribution to the show. I know that everybody really loves sake.
Thank you.
Thank you so
We
much.
do that early in the morning.
Yeah. Well, is there like there's a time for sake?
No. After squid,
for
it's even better.
celebration.
Thank you, Jeff.
Post squid sake. All right, guys.
Thanks, bro.
Thank you, brother.
And I'd like to read also the little quote that's been written on the invite that we
Arigato.
received. I think it really sums up everything that we've lived all together.
Oh, there's one missing.
I cannot drink it, that's why.
Ah, that's why. There's still one missing.
And it's written, let's commune at sunrise, where life blooms out of darkness, as dawning light embracement makes everything possible all over again and again.
Wow.
I like the N again.
Yeah, it's been said many times in the record. So let's celebrate, and let's. This is.
Yeah.
This is what people might think we're celebrating, but what we're celebrating is
the
communion that we're having
Yeah.
with our Japanese brothers and sisters. Thank you for welcoming us like sons and daughters. Thank you so much.
Arigato.
Nice.
Arigato.
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 Kanpai.
Bye.
Bye.
Gonna get used to it, bro. Yeah. But it's true that it's been quite an adventure. You can put it there.
Yeah.
Because
It's an adventure.
We grew up so much.
Yeah, we not only have we grew up, but I think that even that record, this is what we realized with like the release in Canada, that
It's been released on May 20th, so...
that year long was well needed, you know, for us to fully understand the nature of what we not only what we created, but I think what we lived through that whole process, and to go back to the essence of the first release in Japan was really special, because we realized that it was this statement in a way that we did initially was, you know, like 11-minute songs, you know, just like with no boundaries. It was really artsy, and it was really liberating. You know, and then it's like emotion. When you're filled with emotion, sometimes you don't know how to react when it's so pure, so true. It's like falling in love. You know, you won't relate to this, Seth, but
I will. No,
but you have. It's difficult because everything. It feels like you were blind before, and now everything that you're looking, everything you're witnessing, or everywhere you're looking, get like colors, and it feels like you can that colors has a smell suddenly, you know. And this is pretty much what we experienced when we first released the record in Japan. And even if we were mixed, we had like mixed feelings, because it was so pure and raw that, you know, we hated the records, but we loved the record. So it was, every second was just like,
there was no compromise. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
You cannot be in between. It's not I almost love it, or no, it's all or nothing.
Yeah. And it wasn't about the songs, because, you know, for my perspective, just like, I went too far, I exposed myself to way too much, or oh man, it's just, and it wasn't about the technicals, it wasn't about the production, it was really about, you know, what has been opened or delivered or exposed, and now to release it home.
Yeah, we have it here.
Yeah. Ta-da!
There you go.
Yeah, we have it here.
Canada.
Gotta be ready.
Gotta be ready. As you can see,
yeah,
all around us.
Oh, that was for this?
Yeah.
yeah, brother.
So the album has been released on May 20th. And it's been quite a celebration here as well. So it's another unique version of the album.
Take out the booklet. There's a cool picture in the middle. I like it.
Yeah. The booklet is different as well, obviously, to go with the album.
I love
that's what I love.
The time we
The
have.
fact that it's an experience in itself. Everything.
Yeah, and you guys went to get your copy at HMV here in Drummondville.
Yeah.
It was important for you, but it's super special. But you really wanted to live the experience. How was it for you to see the album in stores for the first time?
Wow.
It was hard to find the right words, because HMV is a place we've been going on so much since we were kids, and to see the album right there, and it's funny because we got there and we took such a long way to get there, like
driving all
tiny
around
streets, and we wanted to just
like
you know get the excitement as much as possible, and we walked and we saw it like way before getting in the store, so everything was like so special.
I think we just wanted to take so much the time to appreciate the moment. Like, we arrived in the shopping mall and then took our time to get in front of the store, and then even in front of the store we kind of looked from afar, tried to see it, you know, like we didn't want just to rush in and get it. It was just like every step was like so meaningful to us, and we wanted to live it really together. So I could just picture how we look from outside, like this big bunch of people, like all so tight together, and then, you know, it was really, really like kids, really. And
you went the band together, and then the crew went to get there as well on the day after. And that has been another adventure as well, something completely crazy. And we have a video of that, really? So we'll watch that right now.
We're all there! Yes!
We're so much more than love.
It was pretty cool just to see all
was
the excitement.
very special.
Because it's really like everything we're living is a real family thing.
Yeah.
You know, it's not about like, okay, this is like the band and then suddenly it's all about, you know, it's kind of, we're isolating ourselves to live all the joy. Not at all. It's very open.
Yeah.
And we had like
special evening.
Yeah, special evening. We did
When
like
we're talking about
there was a lot of parties recently. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. There was a lot of things to celebrate.
So if you see our faces like being like a little tired, well, because
you know
we had so much fun.
And we do actually keep all of those for ourselves after. You know, I you know, just.
But this is
keep it
cool.
in
We do that.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
So
So
all
we take the
invites.
time to enjoy what's going
because
on.
it's not, some people will say, yeah, you guys, you deserve it. You're working so much. But yes, it's dedication. But I think that it's all about being all together all the time.
Yeah, and
you know?
things go so fast here with YFE, so to take the time to really appreciate the moment and to be together, because we're always together, but there's a difference being together, like working, and being together, just living the moment.
Yeah, because even that album, we could get it from, you know, the fabricant or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah,
But we wanted
exactly.
to go there, even for the as you can see in the video, the guys working there was just like, wow, I guess the whole band came by your own album.
Because
Wow,
usually
amazing,
people are going in
you know?
Montreal, you know, at the, like, because,
Mega store,
because when they wanted to invite us, say, okay, you want to go to like the biggest one in Montreal? And we said, no, we've got you know, a place here in our hometown.
We're friends with the guys working
And then
there,
okay, so we will go there. The people at, you know, at the HMV here is just they're amazing.
And they're
They're
real
really nice
music
people.
passionate.
Yeah, exactly.
So-
And we had the special night.
Yeah.
We've got a video. So before we talk about anything else, I like for people to see what happened during those nights.
Parties.
Ready?
Yeah?
Yeah.
It's gonna pop, man.
All right. We're ready for that.
Yeah, that's the
Just open all the wrap. Don't open.
This cover, it's really the next step of the Beethoven illness and migration journey.
You can see like all the different buildings, different colors, all the streets, how it creates some kind of a web of activities and life everywhere. But then the sun was there and was like was putting light everywhere. So it felt like when you just look like this, regardless of who you are, regardless of your situation, that you know you can receive as much light as you're ready to take.
It's all taken in that perspective.
Yeah.
That little 2 minutes moment, the twilight, and if you put all the images all together, you really see that there's this kind of the same travel that you are doing when you are listening to the music. It felt just right to leave it like not plain, but to leave it to be discovered.
We've just watched all together the video From a Moment to a Journey, which is a video containing interviews that you guys did in New York right after the recording of the album Between Illness and Migration. And I would like to know, after watching this video, what would be your perspective on those interviews?
It feels like we're still in that process of not only letting go, but I think that we're keep digging it, you know.
There's a real beauty coming out of it, and we're in a position where we can enjoy it now.
We can really feel that we've been through and we touched something. We're so proud of ourselves. And
Even today, I'm still living the fruit of that journey.
I think that when we went on tour with this album, that's where we truly understand what it meant.
It was so powerful and so beautiful at the same time. All people gathering together to celebrate. When the song started, dude, it's our story.
How much that record has been a source of joy and gathering for so many people all over the world. And I think it gives wings to so many people, and those people are there to inspire us as well. Not to go higher, not to go further, but just to be ourselves. And that will lead us to places that we're not even able to dream about now. So, and I think that's the most precious thing that we can celebrate, you know, because it's really more than words and noise and sounds and ideas.
Yeah, so it was a very special moment that we could share all together. And once again, we did a toast. And like you said a little bit earlier, it's a time that we take to bless the people around us, the people we know, we talk to. And we'd like to do that today again with you all.
I didn't know we would have this. Sorry if I brought like a second as well. So
You're not sorry
I
at
don't
all.
want to turn it into like an alcoholic moment, but I didn't know.
It's
so.
celebration. I have my own wine. No?
Really?
For sure.
So you were prepared.
Look at this. Here is really fine wine.
Yeah.
And because, you know,
I think you can buy that at the corner store.
no, but because I'm a
It's
really,
very convenient.
I'm a really green guy, you know, protecting the environment.
Of course.
You know,
Recycled glass.
it's because I bought this vine.
This vine?
This wine. I was excited.
You're too much on the.
That's why I bought this.
Too much on the
wine,
internet,
you know,
bro.
Because of the cordage.
So,
But wait for everybody, bro.
oh yeah.
You should shake it, maybe there's
Yeah, exactly.
like all good wine.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe there's a gift in there.
Obviously.
I have a.
While we're doing this, can I read
Yeah, this is what I was
Do you
going
need
to
help,
ask you
Jeff?
to read
Keep it up,
the
bro.
quote inside the booklet, because I think it's really
For the sake
meaningful
of
of
the
the different moments that we
phones.
had together. So if you could go ahead.
Yes, I'd like to read it. It's very, very meaningful. This album is dedicated to those willing to take a chance, to define and redefine the nature of their lives beyond the colors of the invisible, beyond the shades of dusk and twilight. You may go or let go, scream or pray, fight or submit, uprise or obey. It's not how great of a ruin you might look like in someone else's eyes, but how wonderful of a hopeful rise up you are for those who truly love you. In the end, regardless of how desperate and sorrowful your night might have been, dawn always blooms in a million lights, leading your envisioned ascent to a renewed freedom filled with the peace of simply being.
Wow.
So I think it's really representative of not only what you guys lived through between all this and migration, as we could hear in the video.
Yeah, sorry,
but-
we're not professional. So.
Yeah, this is professional.
So much better.
It's for the microphone.
Yeah, but it's okay. It's part of the movie.
I had like
Technical
Nah.
meeting?
technical meeting because
Now
I
we're
was
pros, guys.
we were doing like I was doing that too many times. 1 2 1 2 test.
Okay, you can stop.
Oh, sorry.
And we decided to do a toast with a very special wine, again this time.
I think it's Canadian wine, actually.
It's a Canadian
It is.
wine, yes, for
Oh,
the
okay.
Canadian release
It's
of
professional.
I
the album.
hope I'm a professional. Oh,
Look at that!
Wow.
careful
we did
with
it.
the sound.
Professional. Thank you. Congrats.
Perfect.
Thank you.
But as you've been able to as you've been able to watch through the video, we really wanted to just to gather all together and to really just not, because you know you can throw a party for whatever reasons, but what we really wanted to do was for that moment to be joyful and a true celebration. We wanted to again to bless the people who have been so supportive over the years, and they're part of this band as much as
Definitely.
I am.
Yeah.
And this is really what we wanted to share.
Yeah.
You know, so just want to raise my glass to everybody at home, everyone, wherever you are, not only physically but in your heart and soul.
Yeah.
So may this record be a blessing for you as much as it's been for us.
Yeah.
A liberation.
Come on.
So to you guys,
To you guys.
thank
To
you
you.
for offering us
Thank
this
you.
wonderful life.
Thank you.
Number 200.
Just draw.
Cheers. Yeah,
That's
just
what cheers.
The album has been very well received here by fans as well, by our family, people. all over Canada. We've got a few pictures of people with their albums, so we can see that right away.
You hear the sound of it.
It's really inspiring to see how people have taken this album and made it theirs.
Sorry, Stephanie, we're just
yes,
embracing the moment Seth brought us.
Le petit rouge tous les jours.
Oh wow. So we've got a few people and from all across Canada, but we've also got people from outside Canada who got the album through friends online on different websites.
Wow, that's amazing.
They're amazing.
Look at that.
That's so cool.
Wow.
How do you feel seeing all those people like that?
And we're blessed. This is faithfulness.
So it's funny because we're fans of many bands, but I've never seen people taking like selfie in like record stores.
Yeah, that's true. We've had so many
and being excited to share it with us right away.
It means everything because I like to say when I write post-its for everybody, like there's a little bit of each and every one of us in there, and it's when you see that you realize that it's to what extent that is true, you know.
Yeah, the same feeling like our people who took these pictures had. We had the same exact feeling, you know, taking pictures with our album, that same excitement, and this is what we feed. This is what we seed, and we feel it in the band, and we feel it through their pictures as well. It's just that communion, just that the fact that we feel the same is so amazing. You feel one.
Yeah.
Because for us, you know, I think that it's not that we wanted to be like to build or to live that journey aside of all the business thing, you know, the music business and everything. But I think that we've been so fortunate and so blessed to share everything we were envisioning and everything that has been that bloomed out of the inspiration we have with the people that we love.
Yeah.
So I think that that's the most wonderful thing in the world.
It is.
You know,
it truly
and
is.
It's a strange world. You know, the music and entertainment thing. It's somehow it's kind of a weird monster because it feeds itself through other people's dream. You know, and sometimes it could be quite a nightmare. So that's why for us, we're taking everything as a gift, as a real offering of love from the people.
Yeah.
You know, it's not about, you know, the numbers, not about the end result.
No.
It's really about the moment that we can share.
The communion.
Exactly,
the
because
people
have been. I do remember from the very beginning when we released when people started to ask us for music.
Yeah.
The very beginning of the band, and we were just like, really, how? I mean, is it that good?
And when you hear that,
we weren't even like believing in what we were doing. It was more a necessity for us to play and to express our emotions rather than trying to create something that would be commercially received. You know what I mean? And now just to have this album in the store. And to have people, and for that album to be so significant for people, this is the most wonderful thing in the world.
Yeah. And this is why you guys have decided to release it as well on the Wavy store.
Yeah, because people, that's always like the big
question.
Yeah, because you know some people ask us, oh yeah, but it's great that I'm not close to anyone in Canada, so. How can I, get the album? It's very important. I managed to have, you know, all yours, so it's always a big question. But for us, the answer is very, you know, it's always simple. Sometimes the question might sounds like complex, but for us, it's always simple. And so why not? Let's do it. And so this is what, in the most simple way.
Yeah.
You know, we didn't want to do like a big thing out of it. We just wanted to be like, well, you know, this is the moment, and this is what we want to share with everybody.
So it's available right now on the Wavy store. People can get it there, and at the end of the show, we're going to choose one winner who's going to win a copy of the album autographed by all of you as well. So the way to win it is very simple. Just write on the chat and you'll be automatically entered into the contest. So simple as that. Write absolutely anything you'd like. Hello, hi.
I love Seth.
I love Seth.
I love Seth. Mike gives you like better chance to win.
No, it's just
Nice
going to
wine.
give you a chance.
Yeah.
And don't be shy to ask questions as well. If you have anything you'd like to
Yeah,
ask to
yeah,
the band
yeah.
members, they'd be pleased to answer any questions as well.
And then following the release, there's been huge coverage as well. Here in the Montreal, well, Quebec area, we've had, well, it's all in French and we don't have them with us right now, but we've had an article in Journal de Montréal, in La Presse. We've had an interview as well with Radio-Canada, who came here into the church for a special report. So it's really cool to see that. But how do you guys feel about that? To know that getting some kind of a recognition from media at home really is the hardest thing to do.
Well, I think that it's very particular because we're not playing on the gossip scene or whatever, or it's not about a product, it's about a family. So how do you bring that, you know? So the only way to bring it is that it's going to bring it by itself, you know? So, you know, once they're really, because it's funny because the lady from Radio-Canada who came here, she came here and it was really in her heart to do it. It's been a year since she wanted to come here with a team and everything, and we kept saying like, just wait a bit, you know, the album's gonna come out, and we had, you know, we were away for a while, but you could see that she was excited, and because she had this excitement. Well, it went over just like questions about the band and stuff. She had to figure out like, what's this whole thing, and this whole thing is the family. This whole thing is so it's not something about like. You released a cool track and you played with this cool dude and you've been on that stage. It's not about that. So that's what's like, and that's the strongest thing, I think. But to bring this in the media, it's not something you can bring. It's something they can discover and that they're starting to discover now. So it's all of you guys, it's us, it's everyone, you know. So it's not a gossip thing.
And then the day right after the release, you went outside Quebec province to go to Ontario. You visited Ottawa and Kingston. So a whole day doing interviews. And we've got a video that will sum it up. So we'll watch that and come back and talk about it.
But I don't have anyone to blame on. 1, 2, 3, gotta let it go. 1, 2, 3, need to fall down on my knees.
How's it going? Good, how are you? Not too bad.
Yeah, exactly. It's a hump.
And welcome back to Live at 5. Thank you so much for being here. Please welcome from Montreal, my good friends, your favorite enemies.
I don't know if you can like relate to that.
Do you want to take the microphone? It's all about music, and we're very, very fortunate and happy the way.
Really, you know, we do pretty much what we want to do. So this is how genuine it is in this band.
Well, don't let the long hair and beards fool you. They're actually really nice guys.
Your favorite enemies in the FM 96 studios. How's it going, guys?
Very, very good. Thank you for having us.
So 150,000 albums sold.
Yeah.
The album came out today.
Yes.
And how's it going so far?
Friends just wrote on Facebook, you guys are like right in between Coldplay and the Black Keys on iTunes. So we're like, wow, this is unreal.
I think that when you're able to really create your own music and to share it with people and that people are relating to it, I think that's the most wonderful experience. We're really excited, actually.
Well, luckily we can have the album. The album is out now.
Yes.
Between illness and migration.
Yes.
Cannot wait to listen to this. Thank you so much. Thanks to you. This is awesome. No, thanks so much for coming in, you guys.
It's funny because
welcome back.
We haven't seen much of that stuff. You know, it's funny because we're talking a lot about, you know, those moments and sharing that. Are you okay, dude? Yeah.
We're gonna break it down once he starts.
Is it the squid moving into you?
It's funny because I was talking with Ben the other day, and we're just like, it's kind of crazy because we really want to keep those moments being so pure that, you know, it's not about, we're not really into going back to watch again, you know, all those, and just to see them again, it's funny, you know, because
see you guys on TV.
yeah, because everything's going so fast, but at the same time, it's so peaceful that you know it doesn't feel like it's that crazy.
But you know, I think what you said about the creation of the album, that it's been made with emergency but not in a hurry, I think it really applies to the way we live thing.
Yeah, I think so,
right
and
now
I
as
think
well.
that you know when and also to have a bit of a perspective as well, you know, from I do remember from all promos I did in Japan from the very beginning, where when all the questions asked were, I felt it was so personal and still being kind of overexposed in a way, and not being very comfortable with it, but now I think that it's still we never felt so much overexposed, but at the same time, I think we're just taking, you know, one thing at a time, and you know, for the experience that we have, and that TV. It's very funny because for those who had the experience to be on TV or on radio, it's really like, you know, okay, you're there in 5 minutes.
Yeah. It's a
it's live. It's live. So you know,
fast.
So that was okay. And us,
People
we were
running around everywhere.
Everybody was running around, and us, we were just like looking at everybody going around. For once, you know, we were not like the ones like being like all stressed out about, you know, like a blah 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 or something. It was really like we were just enjoying this and looking at everybody around. And at the end, the host, she said, because it is the biggest, it's one of the biggest actually morning show in all Canada, and she said, you guys look so calm, you know, you're just like
and at ease and
so you're it's amazing, you know, you're really pro. And us, we kind of smiled, but at
got some practice.
Doesn't have anything to do with like being pros or not. It was just like the amazement of looking at everybody else like running around.
You know what you go through right now.
Exactly. So that was very funny, very funny.
And I've got something here because when we were in Kingston, we decided to buy a special postcard because it's a tradition that's been started this year on the Secret Family Cult Club, community club, the fan club that we have, that we also call the SFCC. And everywhere we go, we buy postcards, and one of the members wins it.
Yeah.
So we've got one directly from Kingston, as this
the
is
city that never sleeps.
Well, you're like
but
actually
this is still a special city.
Yeah.
If you want to explain the...
Well, the first tour we did in Europe, actually we did a show in Kingston the night before leaving.
Yeah.
So, you know, as much as we were...
Back in 2007, I think.
As much as we were like in some kind of a hurry when we came back from China to go to Toronto, well, that was a bit like that.
That was pretty much like that, yeah.
7 years less experience. So you can imagine us. So we would play there at the Merchant Tap House, a cool venue there, a small venue.
Once again when we walked
around. Yeah, that was very funny to walk all back there.
So we went there right after the interview, the radio interview, in Kingston, and we walked, and we happened to be there because we didn't remember.
We didn't know. We
so
just
we walked
crossed the place and
this is where we played.
Brought back a lot of souvenirs.
That was very funny.
So one of you, SFCC member, will win this postcard at the encore. That's going to be around 15 minutes after the English blah blah ends. So not now, because we still have so many things to talk to you about.
It's amazing. It's been so alive. I mean, we've been away for so long.
It's so exciting to share all of this, and even on chat, I can see.
And it means that everybody has time still to subscribe to the SFCC.
Definitely, and it's something you really won't regret. Okay, next topic. You guys ready?
Yeah.
Okay, on the day of the release, you received a very special phone call.
Yeah, that was very funny because we were just gathered and we were talking in the living room, and then we realized that
it was like around midnight.
Yeah, and
official day of the release.
And then we one of my friends told me that we were on iTunes. We were the second highest band on chart between Coldplay and the Black Keys.
And Black Keys, yeah.
So I thought it was I thought it was like some kind of a sick joke, you know, because for us it's just like you know that was just like
that would be
too
a very
crazy
sick joke to do.
You know what I mean? So that was very special to see that, and I think that it's still the way we're approaching all of those things. It's being very, it's very humbling.
Yeah.
Because we know that it's all about the sharing with the people, and
then-
we haven't changed.
No.
My life haven't. I can tell you, I didn't change. Yeah, I've been some. I bought like a Mercedes, a yacht, and I've got like a place now in Barcelona.
Really?
So yeah.
Okay, but wait a little bit. I've got
I
something
put all
else.
that on my credit card, so at least I'm gonna enjoy them for at least like a month. Yeah, before like going bankrupt.
There's something else I think people need to know. I think you need to know as well to continue on that I've never changed.
Yeah, exactly.
Discourse. 1 week after the release, we had the Canadian charts.
Mm-hmm.
You guys are number 4
That's amazing.
for English artists.
Yeah.
All categories.
Yeah.
How does that feel? How did you react when you learned that?
It's like surreal.
Yeah.
We don't. But
Seth told us that no, you can thank me.
I told that because I was always like pumping the guys. Yeah, look, don't keep hope.
Follow my lead. Follow my lead.
Now you're harvesting.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Everything that I'm seeding, you guys gonna harvest one day. Yeah.
What you about?
You're so humble. Thank you so much, Seth.
Yeah. No, but seriously, it's always kind of special and weird because we know how this whole game works.
Yeah.
And but I think that when we're just to keep yourself, you need to. How can I say that? You just need to keep a straight face, in front of all that, and take it for what it is, because it's not a commercial record. We haven't we haven't cut any of those tracks thinking about the radio, obviously. We've got like your favorite enemy's new single, 11 minutes from the city to the ocean. So
that's common, exactly.
Yeah, it's just moments that we captured and we shared, and people embraced it, and we're very, very happy.
And talking about radio, because you've mentioned it, you guys went to CHOM FM.
We went to CHOM FM.
That was something
this Wednesday, I think, it happened.
Last Wednesday, yeah.
CHOM FM is the rock radio station here in Montreal.
Spirit of rock.
For more than 40 years.
It's one of the biggest rock radio in Canada.
Yeah. And you guys have all been listening to that radio station ever since you were kids. And I know you all have got very special stories about how you discovered bands and stuff like
Montreal
that.
Spirit of Rock show 97.7.
Yeah.
You see, it's so like engraved in their memories, and they can like repeat all the advertisements with this.
Montreal, home of rock.
CHOM, CHOM, CHOM.
I know this one. This one was for Seth. I called the guys and said remove that. And they listened to me.
But yeah, so you went to CHOM FM for an interview. And then for a live performance as well. So we'll see a video. We'll come back and talk a little more about it all. It's all right with you?
Sure. Yeah, perfect.
Right.
Montreal, Spirit of Rock, show 97.7.
Montreal's the damn truth on the Spirit of Rock, CHOM 97.7. You're hanging out with the Rockman. It is 8:54, and we're going to kick into the 90s at 9. And just after that, we're going to have a band in here from Montreal called Your Favorite Enemies, who are all in the studio with me now. What's up? I got Alex, Jeff, Ben, Moose, Miss Isabel, and I'm sorry, I said Seth.
Yeah.
Sorry, who actually isn't Seth? It's he's Darth Vader. So you guys had a pretty good week, eh? From what I heard, you guys moved like upwards of 5,000 to 6,000 copies in the first week in Canada, which is amazing. And you beat out Madame Céline by 99 copies. And Céline is not happy today.
Sorry, Renee.
She got knocked out by your favorite enemies. C'est qui ça? C'est qui ça? I want to find out who they are and I'm going to kill them all. So you guys are going to play. You're going to play a couple of songs. First song you're going to play is "Where Do We Lose Each Other," and it's from the new album Between Illness and Migration.
acoustic version.
Okay.
So we'll see how it goes.
Well, we're looking forward to that. It's Your Favorite Enemies Between Illness and Migration is the album. This is Where Did We Lose Each Other on CHOM 97.7.
I'm falling down on my knees. I'm just a soul who lost itself away. Self away. 1, 2, 3, gotta let it go. I wanna tear all the sorrows from my loss. I need peace now. So much peace now.
Your Favorite Enemies on the Spirit of Rock, CHOM 97.7, 1, 2, 3, one step away. That was great. Guys, I want to thank you so much for coming in tonight. And
thanks to you.
I wish you guys nothing but continued success. You have a great thing going on. Keep us posted, and you're always welcome.
Oh, thank you so much.
Thanks so much.
Your Favorite Enemies, check them out. New albums Between Illness and Migration. Coming back with some Foo Fighters and Pearl Jam. Don't move.
I've been whispering for someone to make me crawl. I've been feeding the lies.
Thanks, Jason.
Yeah,
Amazing. Oh yeah, for sure. It's really cool.
I'm alive, I'm alive, I'm alive, I'm alive, I'm alive.
Still it's unreal, man.
So Montreal, home of rock.
Because it
feels like there's something going on in this man.
Yeah, it's still going on.
I don't know if it's the new haircut or
the whole radio moves.
Truly, I grew up with this radio station, and that's why I know all the quotes they said.
But there's a very special story that you told us about how you discovered that radio
Yeah, because where I come from, there was no music.
It's very
scene.
far away.
Yeah, there was no music scenes and no real venues
cars,
and stuff.
no water.
Wasn't that bad?
No running water.
But actually one of my dad's friend told him, like, you know, at home you could just take the TV cable and plug it into your tuner on the sound system, and you know, you'd get like lots of radio stations. So I just sat there and then discovered CHOM out of the blue. Seth is having a lot of wine now.
Are you there? Maybe we're the only survivors in your...
We're in the war right now.
He's getting submarines.
If you're there, help is on the way! If you can hear me, help is on the way!
You have his father's coming with dead animal on his shoulder. Okay, we're gonna have a good dinner tonight.
Yay! Yeah, it's the straw. Don't drink alcohol with a straw.
It's bad for you.
Well, actually,
yeah, it was radio.
Yeah.
And then you discover radio.
Yeah. But I literally discovered my music culture with this, because there was no music in my family and nobody had records and stuff. So I would just record tapes out of these radio stations, and then discovered like literally Led Zeppelin, Pink Floyd, Yes, Genesis, and all the classic as well as all the new bands. So I would discover it while the radio hosts would tell what the bands were and stuff.
And all the songs had the same effect.
Yeah. So anyways,
hold on! Hold on! You can
Hold on with the fans. Yeah, radio station.
That's it.
It's just like,
but
how am I supposed to take it back
you should have seen like moves, because the thing is, you know, we were supposed to play full band in this place, and maybe they didn't receive the memo about who we are as a band. So,
but only about what a drum set looks like.
Yeah, maybe
spit on board.
So
yeah, I bring it, man.
So we went there,
it's like a van,
and before they called us, said if you want to play like full band electric, it's gonna be cool. And then we had the opportunity just as well. Let's look before just to make sure, and it was. Obviously way too small, but just to see Moose's face when you arrived there, like a kid, you know, we all had those moments, you know, and it was it was Moose's moment, and it's funny because most of the time, you know, when you're doing like radio promotion, and you know, most of the bands they're not going all the band members, obviously. So, and us, not only were we all the band, but we had like so many people with us, and that was a real celebration. And just to see was like being there and looking around. It was so like it was in the temple of rock. And
really.
Yeah, it's funny because for I think that for every one of us, you know, we're able to just like open the radio without having to plug like the cable.
And take the horse to the buy some CDs.
For every one of us who wouldn't have to put like gasoline in a machine in order to have electricity.
You have a big wire to start your vinyl. We
plug the radio. Now we don't have like electricity for the rest of the night.
Yes, there was even really slow.
So anyway, for those who are living in actual like real cities,
society,
organized society. Yeah, sometimes we take those things like radio airwaves like for granted. So anyway, radio, especially CHOM in Montreal, was like the biggest thing for us growing up because for those who are not really aware of what's going on in Canada, so especially in Quebec, we've got all the commercial French radios, and they're not playing a lot of the bands that we were listening to. So for us CHOM was like, you know, the pirate ship, you know, of the airwaves.
Because there was no internet at that time as well.
Exactly. No.
So you didn't have that easy access to all the music. Sometimes you have to plug a cable
in your village, I don't think that they still have.
The word access doesn't exist at that place.
And this is why that's enough.
I've got a long wire on my phone. I'm talking like this. Places in the this is like some kind of a cell phone. What they call a cell phone? It's like a longer wire on your phone. I'm thirsty.
Melt some snow.
And it's because technology is now so advanced pretty much everywhere around the world.
So anyway, so it was a big deal for every one of us.
And because technology is good nowadays, and because it was so meaningful for each and every one of you, you absolutely wanted that interview and live performance to be broadcasted on the SFC.
Yes.
Which we did, and which has been very special as well. All the live video broadcasts,
because
everything, and
again, they're not supposed to do that. They're not supposed to do that.
No, they're not allowed to do that usually.
So they had like a meeting with like the war, what they call in radio and TV like the war room. So they needed to talk about this, you know, your favorite enemy is coming to their studio and wanted to broadcast on the SFCC the whole thing. So they had like a discussion, and then finally they allowed us to do it.
Because it's something that's very special for us to do, to be able to.
Yeah, but it's not special. It's important. You know, it's essential to do it.
Yeah.
And for a lot of people, that was the first time to actually be able to see like the other side of the voice when you're listening to the radio.
Yeah.
You know, and for us to set everything up and to perform. So that was very, very, very cool. And again, you know, it's such a privilege for us. We obviously we were only the four of us to perform, but still, it's always a real every invites we're having it's very special. Yeah. So we're gonna see what's coming up, but you know, all those little moments.
There definitely is a lot coming up for this.
So join the SFCC because if you don't, I mean,
we're always bringing you everywhere.
If you don't, it's like living in places that the internet is still like
okay.
You know the phone it used to be like you can use the phone when you have
but you had to do it in the see like operator like
okay
1-4 call by people in the village
exactly.
But yeah, and Marjo was there as well on that night, and she did a special interview.
No,
she was there on that night on Wednesday. Yes.
So it's the one. It's the one
kicking in. Field. It's awesome. You're everywhere.
That we're going to watch right now.
Hi, I'm now with Jason, the Rockman, a radio host at CHOM 97.7, the Rock radio station in Montreal.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Would I be hired here, you think? Am I good enough?
I think you got what it takes. Yeah, I think you got what it takes.
Actually, I think we should swap places because I see that you're wearing a Dark Festive t-shirt. You're a pretty big fan of your favorite enemies, if I understand.
I like the band very much. Very much, yeah.
And we had a very good time being in the studios here today as your favorite enemies was welcomed in to perform live on your show. So I know that you guys are playing I Just Want You to Know, which is a rock song and more heavier song on your station. But today the guys were playing an acoustic show. But do you think that your listeners still, were headbanging back home? And
I think what's nice about the band is they came in and they adapted. I kept, when I was watching it, it made me just say, "Oh, I'd love to see them live." But I think if you're a band that wants to get on radio stations and you want to really get out there and promote your stuff, you have to be versatile. You have to be able to work in any kind of environment. And they did a great job. I thought it sounded great. But I love the single. I think the single it rocks. And
yeah, I think that pretty much all of us are fans of that sound. And the great thing about your favorite enemies coming in studio today, you could notice they came in with the crew, and they also came in with their fan club because they were broadcasting live for so people from China, Japan, Australia, Europe,
Mexico, South America, everywhere. No, I think it's great. And what's nice about this band is they've got a work ethic that I, being someone who's been in a band forever, appreciate. And I think that's what it's all about now. I mean, there's so many tools that can bring you to other people instantly, and to connect with your fan base instantly. Bands that don't use them are silly. And bands that do take advantage of it, like your favorite enemies, I think are very, very smart.
That's nice. And do you think that Canada is ready for them? Because as you know, they've been touring Europe and Asia. They've been going everywhere. And now that Between Illness and Migration is available here in Canada, do you think
I think judging by the first week numbers that I saw, they're very, very ready for them. Yeah, I think they are. Yeah.
That's nice. And if you had just a few words to describe your favorite enemy's sound and style, what would you say about them? Obviously, you're not afraid of their long hair and the beards.
No. I wish I had the long hair. I think that they have a modern sound. I think there's a lot of honesty there. I think there's a lot of passion that comes through. Eclectic. There seems to be a sense of unity within the music. So, yeah, is that good?
Yeah, that's pretty good.
And their cameraman has the coolest hat in the world, who I stole, but I'm gonna give back to him.
Yeah, it was just awesome talking about music with you here.
For sure.
And just thank you for welcoming your favorite enemies in your studios.
It's a pleasure.
We just had a great time. So
welcome back anytime.
And what I love about the
Jason.
What I love about the
Alberta,
international
Manitoba.
economic perspective. Okay, we're back.
Yeah, we're back.
Sorry, we were talking.
Good interview. I'll go.
So that's a little bit of what has been happening since the release here in
Stop
Canada.
it, bro. It's the
So what's next? What's coming up for Between Illness and Migration?
And there's a whole lot of things coming up as well.
Oh, it's my.
You're
I
cute.
feel like I love the.
But because you know what you can say and what we cannot say. So go ahead.
Yeah, we had like one video to be like.
That's your cue.
Yeah, to be.
This you don't tell. This you tell.
Well, we're so fortunate to.
Forget about it. I'm
She
gonna
was
say.
really angry.
She? Who?
They
No, we're talking about.
But
Talk to us about
maybe
two videos behind.
Bro, just pump the straw.
Yeah, two
We're
videos
gonna see you
behind.
later. We're gonna deal with the mess later.
Pump the straw?
Just like.
Yeah.
This.
Well, we have great news with our video clip for I Just Want You to Know. Now it's on playing on Much, more and more, so all over the country. So this is all because of you guys, your love, your support, and this is the results of it. We'll be also at Music Plus next Friday.
Yeah, June 6th.
Yeah,
Which is
June
like
6th.
the French MTV
version, yeah. So they want us for an interview. It's called Top Music. It's going to be really cool to be there and have a lot of fun. So it's all good because it's all things that we've been growing up with at some point, and to do it like at home, it's kind of always very very.
Who's been there for 25 years?
Yeah. But and it's funny. It's funny for us because it's all.
Yeah, we grew up with those.
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah.
And for most artists, sometimes you're just like, oh man, this is promotion is always like a bummer. You know, you just
they don't like it. They don't.
Yeah,
like
because it's always the same questions and da. But for us, we're just like kids.
It's a party every time.
Yeah, every time we're bringing so many people, and then people in the set are all like concerned. Okay, but you're too many people. Don't worry, don't worry. And
last time we were there, we were like 12 on the set. So this time, she said, okay, I only want 2.
Yeah, exactly. And
no
they're very
strict.
They said, and quote unquote, they said, we only want like Alex and Jeff because they are the ones who can actually behave. The set. Yeah.
Well, you have a good reputation, guys.
Well,
maybe Jeff, but you, I'm not sure.
Well, they're gonna find out.
They said it.
Yeah. Well,
maybe next time they will ask for it.
Only Jeff. Well, we just want to have like Stephanie and Galen on the set next time.
Better representatives.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Well, we can get like your pictures with us.
Yeah. Exactly. No, but it's fun.
And,
it's
really
all good time.
It's really exciting. Yeah. And also, you guys had a review in Kerrang.
That's what we will see at Kerrang magazine.
Yeah, we've got a picture.
We didn't know. It's thanks to John Hawkins, our brother.
Yeah, brother from the UK who sent that.
Yeah. So we didn't know. We found out.
Yeah, when he sent us.
Yeah.
And it says, the loud way is often the best way. And that's what fuzz monsters, your favorite enemies, do here. Bursting at the seams with innovative, explosive, all-nerve rock. Blending poetically crafted lyrics with empowering melodies, Between Illness and Migration takes us on a mesmerizing journey, which tells the story of a band who are strong advocates of community values. Where Did We Lose Each Other is a certified headbanger, while I Just Want You to Know is a killer anthem. Your favorite enemies? Favorite, yes. Enemies, no freaking way.
Wow, that's amazing.
4K.
Wow.
Such an honor.
4K,
awesome.
yeah.
4K is out of 5.
Yeah.
It's a public announcement. If anyone has a Kerrang, please send it to us.
Yes. And there's a lot going on in France as well with the release of the EP Entre Marais et Autres Ressacs that we did last month.
But it's just fun time, you know. It's really fun, you know. And we just to have that, we just take that as, you know, what it is.
It's cool to enjoy it in every country. It's like that.
Yeah, exactly.
So cool and especially now because we're in a position where we can really taste it. You know, you know, this is, I don't know, some kind of a.
It's like fine wine with a straw.
British Columbia.
Exactly, bro.
It's like fine wine with a straw.
Yeah.
Yes,
It goes directly. You know,
enjoying the little moment.
Exactly. So anyway, it's all. It's all fun.
Yeah.
It really is. Yeah. And that marks the end of the show.
No way.
Not yeah.
Oh yeah.
Not just 2 hours and 41 minutes.
Okay, so we're gonna have like a live performance. No, I'm just kidding.
But before the show ends, we've got a contest. We've got a winner that we're going to choose right now. So Valerie, if you'd like to bring the magic hat.
Hello.
Yeah, thank you.
Let the girl do the draw.
So thanks to everyone for being nervous to join and to chat and to share all together in your own language. That's just amazing to spend this family time together. Yeah. So,
Seth.
We have a winner, Joyce Yang from China.
Wow. That's amazing.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
By the way, that she really liked your hat today.
Yeah, thank you. So. Yeah, I wanted it to match. I don't know if you can see my shoes.
Show the side, yeah.
So, directly from Japan. Thank you for my favorite sister. Yep.
Yeah.
So with the cap, so that's very I've got that thing, you know. It's
attention for details.
Well, you have to, someone has to do it.
Exactly.
And speaking of details, so we have a lot of things coming up. So we're gonna play, and we're going in Taiwan.
Yes,
very soon.
In July.
Hey, you didn't tell this one.
No, you know, sometimes you need to.
Yeah, don't lose up.
Opportunity.
Don't lose up.
And the next Bla Bla is going to be just before we leave on July 6th.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about the SFCC special already, like.
Because it's going to turn 4 years.
But before going any further, I have a little something as well. You know,
he's taking the lead.
Some people here were just concerned about the fact that, you know, we're celebrating so many moments and just like, hey, have you forgot something? So, and me, I was, what? Me?
Forgetting?
Huh? Hey, am I the guy with like the cap fitting like the shoes? No, I'm not forgetting.
You got the memo?
You need to size the moment. So may we bring like that little something, and let's celebrate and happy birthday, Stephanie. Happy birthday, Stephanie. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Happy birthday, Stephanie.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. So maybe you can go and just like read.
Eat the sun.
Yeah. Yeah, you will need to eat the sun. Yeah, people will understand that you don't have legs. And we have also like Miss Isabella. Yeah, she knows how to bring things to you.
Happy birthday, Fanon.
Fanu.
It's Fanu.
Okay.
It's a you.
You still look okay from the way family members.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's so nice of you. I love those cakes and those writings.
Exactly. And we have a little gift for you.
People, oh wow, thank you.
Yeah.
But I want to say I'm very sorry to everyone here who are going to have to eat another cake.
Don't worry, it's okay. Seth is very happy.
We love you, so we're really
just open your gift.
But the sun.
It was Stephanie's birthday recently, and it's funny because before the show she told us, guys, and Stephanie really looks like a very nice person, and she is sometimes, but she told us, guys, in a very, very strong and like with authority tone, she told us, you need to be very, very focused today. We've got a big show. We've got a lot of things to talk. We've got a lot of things to share with the people. So you need to be very, very tight on everything. So we're all, well, I have to admit, we're a little bit like, I would say, 45 minutes off the 2-hour marks we were supposed to respect.
It's already 2 hours marks. 2 hours is already
it's already 2 hours show now. I know.
I remember that this show started as a 1-hour show.
Exactly. I know.
We never succeeded.
My bad. But I think that we had to mention your birthday, and we had to thank you. Because Stephanie, she's been on the road as well with us, and she's been taking pictures, and she's been doing a lot of things to connect with the SFCC and everybody as well on
blogs and everything.
Usually, it's you let the other person just like putting you on a pedestal. Otherwise, it's kind of feel like weird. Yeah, she's been doing what?
She wants you on the show now.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, she wants
to be the rock star.
Exactly. So we decided to.
Nice.
To add to your collection of photographer, and I know that one of your favorite.
Thank you very much, guys. I really.
So this is how we end the show now.
I really appreciate it, but thank you very much.
Thank you so much. She said that it's very amazing. Thank you, Seb. Do you want to say something about the gift?
She's really happy.
Great. So thank you so much, guys. See you very soon. If you haven't joined the SFCC, you need to join now.
We're having the encore.
Thank you to Galen as well for being on the road with the guys and to do interviews. Thank you to the whole crew. Thank you for everyone for joining us. Thank you. See you very soon. And if you want to see like other crazy things going on, just stay tuned for the French one. It's going to be like crazier. And we're going to make sure that Seb doesn't drink the whole thing because he's going to get, woo! All right. Thank you so much.
So we're having the encore in a few minutes.
So we're going to have the SFCC encore very soon. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
And you have time to go and register to the SFCC, Your Favorite Enemies fan club, community club if you want to. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. See you.
Bye.
And now we're going to see like this wonderful painting. Thanks to Kosho. Thumbs up. High five, everybody. All right. See you next time.
Other? Is it somewhere between your skin like green?